Good evening, Hattrick. How are you doing?
Good evening, everyone.
It's such a pleasure to do this wonderful stream for everyone. Guys, we are so excited. We are doing the Paradise stream. So today we won't be cheering for our national teams for win the World Cup. We won't get upset because of a random loss. We are just here to celebrate the Supporter Appreciation Week and every other manager in Hattrick. And I'm very excited. We were preparing for this for I don't know how long. Shachar, thank you so much for the resub. 7 months in a row. You are a beast. Thank you so much. Whoa, hi, I am lost of words, but starting. And thank you so much for everyone who joins. So we have an interesting program today. You see, we have a countdown. The draw will start at halftime of the friendly and national teams. But before that, we have a small and cute and wonderful and beautiful and interesting
In 2 minutes.
program for you. But before that, I want to introduce the person that without him, nothing, we won't be playing Hattrick. And I don't think he needs a lot of introduction, but he needs a link to join us. And hopefully I'm sending the right one.
Yep, he's be there in a minute.
Okay, so HT-Johan, he'll be with us in a sec. And before that, I have, wait a second, where is it? I'll put it here for a moment for the Paradise giveaway. So you'll be able to see yourself following, subbing, cheering. Thank you, everyone. Shachar, thank you for the second tier sub gift. Wow, you are amazing. So I have a few questions for you. So hey Lena, I checked this out. Mark from England, Bing, thank you so much, and Aileen Moscow, hello everyone, guys.
I think
It's a pleasure. So my questions for you: if you are going to the Twitch screen, you'll be able to find here two buttons. The most important button for today is Twitch Picks. Those are some interesting questions for you. So the first one that we have, how long have you been playing Hattrick? It's 20 years, 15 to 20, 10 to 15, 5 to 10, 1 to 5, less than a year. Gonna sign up right meow. And what's Hattrick? The second one is, what's your favorite part about Hattrick? Is it the senior team in your competition, national teams, youth academy, making money, or the forums? And I really wanted to add another question, and now I'm trying to remember what it was, because 5 minutes ago we were still preparing everything, and 5 minutes ago I jumped into the shower just for a quick wash before the stream.
unconnected.
You are connecting, and I said, okay, I have a really good question. Oh, yeah, I just remembered. So I forgot, but I remembered. And the question is, the last question will be, would you like more live shows and live streams? So I'll add it in a moment while we have, wait, where is it?
Double click.
Double click.
He's joining in.
Okay.
Give him a sec.
I'm giving him a sec. So while Johan is joining us, I'm gonna quickly add this question, because I think it's an important question. We have a battle for first country right now. We have Germany with 28 viewers, Poland with 27, Spain with 23, Italy with 20, Belgium with 16, the Netherlands with 16, 15 for Denmark, 14 for Israel, 12 for Argentina, 12 from Sweden, 12 from France, 12 from the Czech Republic, 11 from Hungary. We have Brazil and Romania and Switzerland and Finland and Greece, Great Britain, Canada, Norway, Iran, Portugal, Macedonia, United States, Austria, Colombia. Guys, and Russia. This is a real Hattrick celebration. So let's add the last Twitch peak. And again, one more thing that I want to say. One last thank you that I want to say is for my beautiful, smart, loving, and supporting wife, Lena. And she also is a Hattrick manager. So this is all amazing. Add a poll. Would you like more? HT streams? And that would be a big yes or a small no. Submit. Save. Got it. Last question is waiting for you as well. Okay. Yes. Guys, we have it. So I prepared a few streams. I prepared a few. Okay. Len, how do I switch the
Speaker?
or you know what? I could put it like this. Oh, even better.
Oh.
Even better. Oh, what's here? Johan, can you hear me?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Guys, chat, please tell me, do you hear? Oh, yeah, I will. Wait. Do you hear Johan properly? Please. Lower the notification. Yeah, I'll do it. Wait. I'm muting the notification for a sec. So, notification muted. Here. Just. Didn't I just muted this? I don't know what's
Probably
happening.
from somewhere
I don't know. Guys, I'm doing my best. The technical side is not my strong suit. And I have to say, this is why I'm so thrilled that I have Lena. Because without her, I would be lost. I'm trying to figure out why is it playing so much. But 511 viewers we have right now on stream. Johan, I think that could be a great kickoff for a great evening. So, first of all, thank you so much for joining our stream. Guys, cheer for HT-Johan, the man that without him we wouldn't be playing Hattrick right now.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Good to be here.
Wonderful. So, we will have the Paradise draw, and that would be in 36 minutes. And
Okay.
before we'll do this, we'll have a small and quick chat with our beloved HT-Johan. I don't know if people love you more than Bob Swanson, but hopefully, yes. And then we'll be talking a little bit about the new World Cup format. Cheer for HT-Johan! Sasmon, thank you so much. Oh yeah, thank you guys, you are amazing. We'll be talking about the new World Cup format, and then HT-Johan will join us again for the thing that we all been waiting for, and this is the Paradise Lottery. But a quick question, Johan. What made you think about this initiative, doing this giveaway of the Paradise tickets?
Well, I'm not sure exactly how the idea came, but we were like just entering this quarantine, and everyone was so sad, and it felt it felt a little strange, the whole situation, and I guess we just thought it was. I mean, yeah, we wanted also some. It was because we were gonna do this re-invite campaign. And we wanted some kind of attraction, some kind of reason for them to come back. So that was actually how it started, that we wanted to do this cup just for the people that came on the Reinvite campaign. And then I thought maybe for once we could give a real prize, like a trip, because that was what was on everyone's mind at the moment in March, April. But then when we decided to do that, I thought, well, why should it only be the people that come back? It should be something for everyone, right? So that's why we have these different categories, so that everyone has a chance to get it. People that are just users, or people that have been recruiting for Hattrick, supporters, everyone has done their part. So that there's one for every
So
category.
actually, apart from those 5 prizes, we have 4 prizes that we'll be drawing today. And this is the active users, this is the supporters, this is the recruiters, and also the volunteers. And you'll do another prize for the newcomers at the end of June. But apart from that, I read on the forums that actually the small Paradise tournaments for the new managers, they are winning some gold supporter prizes as well for the first one finishing in the tournament.
Yeah, each group is quite big, so it's I think 16 teams in every group, and they play 15 matches in 1 month. So the one that win there, they get supporter, and then everyone that has stayed active during the whole Paradiso Cup, and there's many thousands of those groups, but everyone gets a chance in the draw. But it's like weighted, so the ones that win, they get 16 tickets, and the ones that come second get 14 tickets, and the ones that come third get 14. So the better you've done in your group, the higher your chance to win the extra prize. But
so there is a bit of random everywhere in Hattrick. Oh, thank you so much for the follows, guys. I'm trying to mute the notifications, but people are saying hi from Finland, and we're waiting for HT to join us as well. It's a great Hattrick celebration for everyone. Well, that's wonderful, and hopefully we keep seeing that Hattrick is growing. And just to show you all, I could show you that if we go to World, the number of active users right now is 247,680 managers. So hopefully this will continue to grow. And I don't know, we'll see. Maybe 2020 is such a tough year for everyone, but I don't know. Maybe it will be the first step to getting to 1 million active managers in Hattrick.
Wow.
Well,
maybe.
Hattrick almost touched. We could be very optimistic. Thank you, Vin Cullen. Welcome from Belgium. I'm playing with him with my 3rd team in the Premier Division in Ethiopia, so it will be very interesting. And new countries in Hattrick, guys. We have 4 new countries in Hattrick: Belize, Botswana, Madagascar, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. HT-Johan has a team in St. Vincent, so we're all very happy for the new countries, and the new countries are something that symbolizes also the new World Cup format, which we wanted to speak about a little bit. So, Johan, I think you wanted a little bit of a rest before the big draw. You need to warm up before that, right?
Sure. Sure. I can. We can take a break now if you want. We can talk more later.
We'll be back for the draw in
wonderful.
1 hour.
So guys, we have the countdown right now. I think it will be about 30 minutes that we'll be talking about the new World Cup format. If you have questions, Johan is here. And if you have something interesting to ask him, I'm sure he'll stick around with the draw And if you have questions about how are we doing it, we'll explain it just before we start, and then obviously afterwards. And I don't know, Johan, if someone wins and they'll come knocking on your door, where's my tickets? Hopefully it won't happen this weekend, so you'll be able to sleep a little bit and rest. but yeah, be sure that it will happen soon. So thank you so much. I'll give you a call in 30 minutes. If you
We'll ping you.
yeah, if you want to come earlier, just tell us.
Sure.
Probably Lena will be the one reading the WhatsApp, because I'm trying. I'm not multitasking that well, but I'm trying to entertain everyone. So, Johan, thank you so much. And when you come to do the draw in half an hour, please tell us if other HTs are joining the stream as well. And that would be interesting to know. And other viewers.
We might have someone that is following it anonymously, someone that doesn't like to show his face. But
No problem.
maybe he will lose the shyness as the evening goes on. I don't know.
Okay, wonderful. So
Right.
again, Johan, thank you so much, and see you soon.
Okay. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Welcome everyone, welcome back to our Paradise giveaway. One more thing that I wanted to say. 4 tickets to Paradise will be drawn today. 4 tickets, and those tickets will be... Wait a second, where's my next scene? I'm trying to be technological here. Hopefully I won't mess it up. Wait. Is it the right one? Bam! See? The picture disappeared. This is all me doing, not messing up the stream. Wonderful. I'm seeing so many. The follow is very loud. Okay. That's it. Now it will be much weaker sound, because I'll be talking to you, and keep the follows coming. Keep the cheers coming, guys. Keep the celebration for Hattrick. Thank you so much for... Oh, now that the sound is not as loud, everyone is starting to follow, because... Okay, Mish, if I'll press this button, everyone will hate me. This is so loud. No, don't press anything. But right now, it's better. You have your animation, you have your follow animation, and everything else. So, thank you for this. 555 people online, guys. Totally amazing and mind-blowing, and I'm honored by your presence. Another thing that I want to say, I'm doing this Twitch stream right now, and I'm streaming on Twitch at least 3 times a week. I'm streaming on Tuesday for the Israeli Cup. I'm streaming on Fridays in English for the national team and under 20 teams, and I'm streaming on Saturday for the league. And then when we have the Hattrick Masters, I'm streaming the Hattrick Masters as well. But before that, make sure that you can also check my YouTube channel, and you have a link for my YouTube channel here. It's just below the stream, and I would love it if you sub to my YouTube channel as well. But mainly, I really try to make a lot of interesting content for you. I just recently did a full competitive guide for a new country, the new 4 countries in the Hattrick that joined. And like, if you want to join a new country, you want to win the cup, that would be an interesting video for you to watch, because some very interesting and extreme strategies that you are using only at the beginning of your team's life. And I have the series of cycle training videos. If you want to do it long term, build the best team in Hattrick ever, check out my cycle training videos. And we also have a cycle training federation in Hattrick. And the new game with the cards and power rankings, the Masters review, a lot of interesting things. But I'm sure you'll be able to check it out by yourself. Here you do have the Twitch picks, the questions about Hattrick. So The most amount of managers right now that voted are playing Hattrick from 10 to 15 years. Then the most important thing for you in Hattrick is your team, senior team, and competitive play. And yes, we want more streams in Hattrick. Okay, cool.
They're saying that the notifications are still very loud. Maybe you should mute them from here as well.
Okay, trying to mute them as well.
Guys, we're trying.
Okay, I just lowered the sound even more. And what's the... Oh, this is the place I tried to lower everything. And now, I want to... one more thing I want to say. So, you all know this is the Hattrick supporter week. And we had the supporter tournament, very interesting tournament, with the first prize of lifetime diamond supporter. And supporter is something that we love. I do have supporter, and I'm running a TotoBet competition every week that I'm donating a supporter for you. So if you don't buy, if you can't afford yourself to buy a supporter, you can join the national team streams and the national team TotoBet competition. Just bet on the games, and you could win a supporter every week that I'm donating to you. Another thing that
Still loud.
Bugs, a lot of the people.
Can you disable it altogether? The pop-ups. Maybe this will lower the noise.
I'll try to disable it. Wait a second.
Just remove the follow.
Yeah, I'm trying. So it's here. Follower alert. 0 sound. Save. Hopefully. I don't know. Hopefully. Guys, you tell me. I'm trying my best. I like the hearts. How can I send one every 5 seconds during the draw? Unwritten manual on Twitch. yeah, I need an unwritten manual on Twitch. So we have a special discount actually for supporters. So if you are thinking about, oh, I should do a supporter.
People are asking to disable notification sounds. Johan is writing.
Okay. I'll try and do that. I think I think I managed to do it.
They say you need to do it from the Stream Elements webpage.
Yeah, I think I did it.
Just
guys, tell me, do you hear it right now? Stop following Uncle. No, Willie, no.
No, don't stop. We're trying to fix it.
Yeah, but I think it's better. I think it's better now. Still,
there is a delay, so
everything is fixed. I think it's fixed. Yay! Shamil, thank you so much. You are the man. So we are celebrating 18 years of supporter, and Hattrick is giving us 20% off. So for every supporter you buy, you'll get 20% off. Plus you'll get 50 bonus credits, and the credits something nice that you could use on replays or maybe giving players or changing their appearance and so on. So if you are running out of supporter and you want to buy it either way, make sure to use this promotion, because why not? Now let's talk about the new World Cup format. Guys, up until now, we had a World Cup when every team was playing. We had 16 groups with 8 teams in each group, and I could show you the World Cup if you will go to the normal World Cup. Stage number 1 or round number 1, we had 4 phases. What?
It is not fixed. Bink 286 road.
Not fixed? Still the same. Okay.
Okay, I think that just
I'll
if you can delete it altogether, then it's good.
I think I deleted it. If you could verify it, guys.
Let us know. To take in, you need to search on your account settings, not in the video itself. We know.
Oh.
We know.
No, I'm trying to do it on the. I'll go to my dashboard. Wait. I'll go to my dashboard. And
So noisy.
it's my overlays.
Not fixed yet.
I'm trying. Wait. Dashboard. Come on. Bot settings. No. Oh, alerts. I think it should be here. Pam 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 pam. Oh yeah. Okay, wait. HTTP Frank. Right top corner notifications setting icon live notification turn off.
Right top. On the settings, maybe the free bars there. Lower.
I have a mute here.
משמאל, השלוש הפסים האלה.
Okay. Stream settings.
Stream settings. Is there notification settings?
Hotkeys.
They sent a video on how to fix it.
Who?
The
Could you watch it and then? Okay, I'll start talking about the World Cup. Then I will watch it and we'll try. Pause alerts. Maybe I could. Pause alerts. I don't know. Okay. We'll see if it's fixed. Okay, I just reloaded, so hopefully it's better. Hopefully it's better. If someone could try it, and we'll see how it goes. And speech, another. We have another video in the chat of how to do it. Mute the tab Google Chrome. Wait, doing it. Settings, wait. We thought we were prepared. Okay, so then I'm trying to mute everything that I can. Ido, how are you doing? This is the supporter giveaway, so welcome. So in the World Cup, what we had? We had 16 groups and we had 8 teams in each group. Overall, all the national teams were playing in the first phase. And out of the 16 groups, we had the first 2 teams promote to the second stage. After this, we had the second stage. That was 8 groups with 4 teams in each group. And out of this 8 groups, 2 teams were promoting to the next stage. And that was round number 3. In round number 3, we had 4 groups. In round number 4, we had 2 groups. And out of the 2 groups, the 4 teams were promoting to the semi-final. And from the semi-final, I just hear the sound, I see no image. We're trying to work on it. There is a button here, like to mute everything. Activity feed.
There there should be some icon with a bell.
Okay, wait.
With where you do get bids. Maybe it's from Hat Bell.
No,
Then settings.
I don't have it.
Bell. No? No. We are trying, guys.
Um, wait.
Πεινάει αμανίτα λιωνά. Πάμον. Ένα σου.
No, I don't have it.
Maybe it's... There you go.
Here?
No? The bell. Now...
No,
there
it's
should
not
be
that.
settings. Now...
Okay, where we have a progress.
Now you should get the notification tab. You should have some notification.
My preferences,
It's not the same thing.
mode actions, channel. No, it's not here. Where are you from? Okay. Let's continue to talk about the World Cup, and we will try to figure this out. Don't give up. I'm not giving up. Thank you. Okay. Kitra, 69. You are the man. Let's talk about the World Cup. So we have a new World Cup. And it's different. We had 5 new countries joining Hattrick 5 seasons ago. 2 new countries joining Hattrick 2 seasons ago. And also we had 4 new countries joining Hattrick just this season. I think maybe Lena will help us.
Continue.
Okay, so with the new world format, the big thing happening and the big thing changing is the fact that we have regions. And right now, not all the countries will be playing in the same region. But some of the countries will be playing in different regions. Every region will have a different amount of national teams, and every region will have a different amount of teams that will be sending to the World Cup. But overall, we'll have more teams playing the World Cup overall. I need the mouse. Okay.
Take.
No, it's okay. So let's see how it goes. We're starting with something called the qualification, because we have qualification. But the qualifications will be regional. And this means that every region will have Europe, will have Asia, will have Africa, and will have the Americans. Every region will have a different amount of teams and a different amount of groups sending to the World Cup. Like in Europe, we'll have 8 groups. And out of the 8 groups, 4 teams of each group will be going for the World Cup. So this is more teams playing in the World Cup and much more interesting. Overall, you could see here... Wait, do I miss something? Wait a second. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You could see it right here. So this is Europe. The first one is Europe. It's 8 groups, and out of the 8 groups, 4 teams will progress to the next stage. This means 32 teams from Europe are going for the World Cup. In Asia, we'll have 7 groups, and 3 teams out of each group is going to the World Cup. So overall, we'll have 21 groups from Asia going to the World Cup. In Africa, we'll have 4 groups, 6 teams each, and 3 teams going to the next stage. This way, every team in the qualification will be playing 10 games, 6 team groups, 10 matches each, away and home matches. Right now we had 8 team groups. That means 14 matches in the qualification, and this time it leaves Hattrick more weeks to do something interesting. I think it's leaderboard or something. I'm not
no
sure.
idea what I did.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
And this means we'll have more time for an interesting competition, and we have a new competition in Hattrick. Not only the World Cup, but also the Regional Cup. We'll have a champion for Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Americans.
Here it is.
Yeah?
Notifications, audio. Maybe we can disable it. Desktop audio. No.
But hotkeys, maybe you scroll down. So we'll have the regionals. In the regionals, the 8 best teams will qualify for the regional quarterfinal. So in Europe, if we have 8 groups, the top team from each group, done?
No.
Ah. Uncle Mish is my grandmother at technologies. Yes, definitely. That's true, and that's why I married this beautiful, smart
Hey.
woman. And without her, probably I would be lost. A stream, maybe no, it's not
I
the stream.
checked the stream.
Okay. So in Europe, we'll have the leader of each group progressing to the next stage. In Asia, we have 7 groups, so it's the top team from each group. Yes, no?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. Unsafe changes? Yes, no? No?
No,
No.
don't say change.
No. Okay. And in Africa, the same. So we'll have the quarterfinals, the regional semi-final, and the regional final played in the same group just after the qualification from the region. And if that's not all, we'll have another cool thing called qualifiers. 22 teams that did not promote to the World Cup, the best 22 teams will be playing each other, and 11 of them will get spots in the World Cup. And how the World Cup will be looking. And one interesting thing, a lot of small things that Hattrick did to make the World Cup more interesting and more user-friendly for the coaches. First of all, you know that there were teams at the end of the World Cup thinking about, okay, what's my team spirit management? What's my team confidence management? No more. We'll have a reset for team spirit and team confidence at the end of the qualifiers. This means you are saving no ammunition and you are going all in. And then in the World Cup starts again with 10 matches. This means that we'll have 16 groups, 10 matches, and out of the 10 matches in the 16 groups, 4 teams will be qualifying for phase number 3, and we'll have a soft reset of 75% of our team spirit at the end of the second stage, or first stage in the World Cup. And then we'll have 16 group of 4 teams playing 6 games, 2 of them progressing to the next round with a 50% team spirit reset. And in stage number 3, we'll have 8 groups, 4 teams each, overall 2 progressing to the next stage, and that's a 25% team spirit reset. And last group stage with 4 teams and 4 groups, or 1 to the last. And stage number 6 in the World Cup. More matches, guys, more matches.
Sorry, guys. That's it.
Okay, where do you want to go? In Twitch?
Yes, he's suggesting. Where is
Okay, wait a second. Yeah, I know. You want to go to the control bar, creators dashboard?
No,
No.
no. Here you go. This one. No, not this one. Notifications. Yep, this. Then it will
Settings.
give me by
Okay.
smart notifications on Twitch live. What should I disable? Continue.
Okay, guys, I'm about to jump because Lena is about to solve the problem with
Thank
the huge
you,
sounds.
Bar.
Bar, you are the man.
Okay.
By the way, guys, Bar, I have to say something about Bar. He's a local like manager in Israel, and during the quarantine, we had this comedy show on a sitcom show in the television, and they did this Zoom song about how bad is the situation during the quarantine and that we are stuck with our kids. Elena is stuck with me, and how everything is changing. And he wrote a song about it using the same rhythm just for the Israeli Twitch, like the Israeli Hattrick community. And I practiced it with Lena because we thought about doing this video, but I think other managers in the community didn't came through. So overall, it was just a fun thing to do. And Bar is really one of the more creative people that I know. So World Cup stage number 6 is 2 groups. We did it or not?
He's checking. Continue.
Okay. But you just disabled all notifications. Yeah?
Yes.
And we need to save it or something?
Give me
Okay. So we'll have stage number 6, and then the semi-final and the final. And all the teams not promoting to the World Cup will be playing in something called the Nations Cup. So they still have something to play for, and this is an open tournament with the Swiss system, just like we were playing in the Supporter Week or in the Generation Cups. So every team will be playing against the same amount of points as they have. And that's pretty much wraps up the World Cup.
He said
And
that maybe we should log on and log in again because it's not taking effect. Continue.
to restart the stream, I need to see the. Okay.
Give me 1 second.
So this is the World Cup. Could I have the mouse for a sec? Okay. Can I have the mouse for a sec? 624 people in the stream, guys. Amazing. We are about to start the draw for the for the Paradise tickets. So, and we have the schedule for the World Cup qualifications and everything. And as you could see, we are starting the World Cup at the end of the first cycle, the first season. Every national team is playing a 2-season cycle, qualification and World Cup. And now we had qualification, some friendly matches, World Cup in the second season. And with the new format, just, okay, like here, or like.
I just need to enter.
Yeah, but.
That's it.
Okay, cool. No problem. Just press on it. 650. We are starting the World Cup during. Maybe it's right. Maybe we just need to restart the stream for this to take effect. So, the World Cup in the first season, just after the qualifications and regionals. Shamil says, please close your WhatsApp web. Okay. As well, we hear those notifications as well. I'll do it.
Mute the notifications.
How? Are we ready, guys, for after a few technical difficulties. For the draws, well, hopefully we had. This is the schedule for the World Cup, and this way Hattrick were able to include every team for the every new country for the World Cup, including Belize, Botswana, Madagascar, and so on. But this won't happen in the next season. It won't happen in the next under 20 qualifier, but it will be a bit more at the start of 2021, because we don't want to ruin everything in 2020. We had so many bad things happening during the bushfires in Australia, and then we have the pandemic, and my technical skills are obviously somewhere at the top of the problems that 2020 has to present, so we don't want to mess this up. Draw starts in 000. You are right. Let's call Johan.
Okay, so are you sending him the notification? I'll tell him.
Yeah.
Tell them I will give away some merchandise to compensate for the notifications.
Oh, guys, this is really awesome. You have to hear this out. And Johan, amazing. So he said that we'll have another giveaway, and Johan is donating some more Hattrick merchandise because of that technical problems that we had with the notification. So I didn't hear it from my side. I heard the buzzing, but I'm really sorry that if it was too loud. And just as a compensation, Johan is giving away some Hattrick merchandise. Thank you, Johan. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone for being here with us through all that. And Johan, okay, he was drinking something really appropriate, amazing. So let's see. I'm ready for the giveaway. Shahar, thank you for the cheers. You are a legend.
And no.
Zlatan2601 says he's a legend, and I have to agree. Johan at another level. Let's go! More than 700 viewers. Come on, let's go. Very cool. Indeed, GDRM. And Baltic Typhoon, fantastic HT-Johan. Guys, you really have to appreciate this guy. He listens. He probably listened to every one of those messy notifications, just like you, just to show that he really cares. Now, where's the...
Are you sending him the...
I just did. I'll do it again.
No need. He saw it.
Okay, cool. Cool. We'll start the draw in a few seconds. The draw is on. Yes, we are about to have the draw right now. We are just waiting for Johan to join us again for the stream. And don't forget to say big thanks for this guy. HT-Johan has donated some Hattrick merchandise as a compensation for my loud notifications. At least WhatsApp notifications are gone, Shamil. We are at progress. Do we still have the notifications? Do we still hear those loud?
Yes, we still do.
I don't know. Maybe it's something about restarting the stream.
That's what Bar is saying. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Hey guys, welcome. Forza Malta. Go. Where is John? I'm sure he'll join us in a second. I'm sure of it. HT-Johan is a legend for us all. Yes. I win. I don't know. We're about to do it. We're about to do it. So, what's about
Check
paradise?
out if he's asking to join in. No, he's not.
It's
He's
here.
not.
Yeah, I know. Like some small things about technical stuff I do understand. Like small things. Go, go, go! La Alpha. Forza Sicilia. Forza Barbados. Guys, tell us. Like, write in the chat. Where are you from? Write in the chat. Where are you from? Right meow. HT-Johan is running away with the prizes. No, Zlatan, don't. I don't think so. Greetings from Malta. Thank you so much, Malta. Where are you from? Go Wales. Spartan, welcome to the stream. Forza Catalonia. Maybe the tickets are at Mish's house. Nah, I don't think so. But guys, we have Johan joining us. Wait. Hey, Johan.
Hello.
Well, first of all, wait a second. Let's change the scene. It was somewhere. Ah, okay. So we are here, and we are waiting for you. Tell us when you are ready to.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
To share the screen. But go Brazil, go Peru, and Netherlands, Paradise, Holland, Macedonia, Poland, Brazil, Argentina. Guys, you are firing up Paris, Venezuela. Oh yeah. And I don't know if you heard it, but everyone loves you. Thank you so much for the compensation.
Yeah, no problem. You need to accept that I share the screen.
Yeah, I'll do it. Wait.
Sorry, guys. It's beyond my abilities.
Yeah, probably it's a matter of restarting the stream.
Yeah, maybe.
Johan, tell me when you are ready. I just did.
Yep.
Okay, and I'll switch to this scene.
You need to switch the sharing option. Oh, this is it. Okay.
Okay, so, ta-da! This is my technical abilities. At least now it looks okay, right? We have 4 draws today, guys. We have 4 draws for you. We have the supporter draw, we have the volunteer draw, we have the recruits draw, and we have the Hattrick managers draw. And I'll just turn WhatsApp off so you won't hear any more other notifications. Maybe I had a twitch on one of the tabs, and that's why the sound was
I opened the
you opened it? Okay.
one of the tabs.
I don't
You
know.
had the noise before it.
Yeah, maybe I had the voice before. So, Johan, do you want to tell us how we'll do it?
Yes. All right. So we have prepared 4 lists of user IDs and usernames, and each list has one identifier number, and then in the second column the actual user. Okay. So we know how many are in each list. It's between 1 and let's say 5,000 in that list. So then I will ask Mish to go to a website, random.org, to get a random number between 1 and 5,000. And once he's done that, I go back to the list and we find who won. Okay?
I think that the only one way to improve this process would be to ask Lena to go to random.org, because we all know what will happen if I'll go there. But apart from that, I'm kidding. Guys, are you excited? 729 viewers, 729 managers watching the stream, watching us with this giveaway that Hattrick does. I'm ready. Guys, are you ready? I hope you are ready. Johan forever young, Spartan says it.
So I see now that the list shows on the stream, so that's good. So I will explain the 4 categories, okay? And then we can start.
Yes.
The first category we will draw is supporters. In this list is all the supporters that are supporters right now, but not on trial, okay? That is all the paying supporters. And we don't have 114,000 supporters, unfortunately, but we mixed the numbers up a little bit because this was a little sensitive to show exactly the number of supporters.
Yeah,
At least.
flying first. One thing just to make sure, it's not 114. It's not 114,000 supporters. As Johan said, they multiplied the number of supporters to keep anonymity. So unfortunately, it's not 114k. Let's make it 114k with a lot of users. But yeah, he multiplied this number.
Okay, right. And then we have the Hattrick volunteers, the staff members. So that's a number between 1 and 368. So that's a smaller group. Then the third category is people that have invited users to Hattrick. So it's recruiters, basically. And here we have 7,434 users that have invited people that are still active in Hattrick. And you get 1 ticket for each user that is still active in the game. So we have 1 user here that has 114 tickets in the lottery. Is the best recruit we have. And then the last number is the active users. So here we have 126,000. So this is active users that have logged in at least twice every week since the Paradise lottery was announced. So that's why the number is lower than what you see on the website. Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
And so many cool comments right now. Kira is saying, "Come on, hurry up! I have to take my dog out." And on the other side, Sheershot is saying, "Hey, could we postpone it? I want to talk more about the World Cup." Lena plays Hattrick too. Yeah, Tesso. Lena plays Hattrick too. She has a team, and she plays me tomorrow. First round of the league, I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
With my third team.
We have plenty of time to talk about other stuff after the draw, so I'm happy to I also brought some champagne here to celebrate. The winners.
I'll bring.
Okay.
I'm more of a whiskey guy, so I'll bring. I'll bring my best whiskey for the draw.
Okay.
And I think we could start. I think we could
we start
with the first one.
Okay. So supporters here. You have to get a number between 1 and 114,676.
No problem. I won't mess it up. So let's see, guys. I won't mess it up. Of course I won't. Between 1 and 114,600. Oh, like it 1 out of 1. I was number 1, so don't worry about it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let's make it proper. 114. No, like don't worry. I'll show you this. 676. Okay, back to the main screen, guys. You all see it. You all see it. The draw for the active users. Oh no, it's the supporters, right? It's for the supporters. So the winner for this, you all see it, between 1 and 114,676. Just to make sure again, 114,676. Are you ready? Are you ready? And the winner, Lena. Okay, I wanted to make an animation, a special animation for this, but yeah, I didn't have the time. Unfortunately, I have an animation for calling the scouts, but we won't be calling the scouts right now. We'll be generating the number. Let's go. Random. 21,382. Johan, do you see it?
Yeah, I have a lag here, so I can't see it yet, but
Okay.
I hear it.
It's
So I wait on
21382.
21382. 21382, you say?
Yes. Back to Johan's screen. That's me! I knew it! Don Lebao is saying he won it. Daisy, welcome to the
The
stream.
winner is Cap Problema. 21382, right? Yeah. Cap Problema.
21382. Let me.
Can anyone check where that user is from?
We'll do it right now. You'll tell me the user ID. 21382. 21382. Okay. Let's do it.
The
Who
user
will be
ID
faster? Yes.
Yeah, it's probably easier to search by the username, but
Yes. What? So the user is 127. Let's see. Do you have the number? Okay, I'm doing it. 127 11493.
yeah.
Cap Problema from Spain! He is playing Hattrick from May the 12th, 2013. He has one team in Spain, one team in Japan. And this is like he's playing from 2013 until now. That's him. Guys, Cap Problema, the supporter winner. I don't understand nothing. Yeah. Yay. Yeah, it's time to celebrate.
Wow.
Whoo. I
I'm
wanted to do so, like let's see if I'll be able to do it quick enough. Some things I do know how to do.
And this is actually Spanish, okay?
Okay.
So we're celebrating in the right way here.
Oh, wonderful. So if I have whiskey, maybe someone will be from Scotland. I don't know. Okay, it will be winner 1. Wait.
Am I being seen?
Yes.
Am I on?
You are being
Okay.
seen.
So I'm just gonna open this now.
Pop the bottle. Woo!
Okay, so I'm gonna get one glass for each winner. So this is gonna be a really good night for me.
Oh, definitely. It depends on how big is your glass. And
Yes.
that was the supporter draw. I have his image right here. Amazing. Okay, we are ready for number 2, and I'm gonna bring my whiskey. Wait. So I want the one from the living room.
The good one.
The good one. 778 managers watching the stream right now, Johan. Guys, first of all, don't forget to thank Johan for doing this for us, and also for contributing some more Hattrick merchandise to compensate for the sound problems that we had. And don't forget, if you are on the Twitch page, to vote. We have 3 questions for you. One of them is, how long do you play Hattrick? The second one is, what's your favorite part in Hattrick? And third one, do you want more streams for Hattrick?
Okay, so are these 3 questions to me?
No, it's for everyone, but if you are on Twitch, you could answer them as well.
Okay.
Next draw.
Okay, let's do the next draw. This is
HT Frank says we can't verify the results because we can't see the number of the row in the Excel.
you can't.
Wait a second. Maybe it's something that I could do in the. Oh yeah, better.
You need to show the. You don't see the first column is not visible.
No, I think now. Oh,
You need to move it a little bit to the right.
let's try and do it. Guys, is it better?
No.
No, now I think there is a delay, but I think I just fixed
Oh,
it.
okay. All right.
So
Maybe
HT Frank, thank you so much. That was really important, and we are doing this fair and square without anything prearranged. It's really random. Better. Shamil, thank you. Frank, thank you, Frank. Good now. Stoned Cartman, thank you. Oh, yeah. This is my signet. This is one of my favorite whiskeys. I have a couple of them. I have Bruichladdich, Black Magic or Dark Magic, and this is the signet from Glenmorangie. So I'm drinking for the Spanish winner as well. Cap problema. And we are ready for our next draw.
Okay. So now we're gonna draw the volunteers category. And here I can mention that some of you might think that why should they have such a big chance of winning? There are only 368. But actually, we try to do a physical meeting with our volunteers every year or every 2 years. And we were supposed to do it this year, but because of Corona, we couldn't do it. So this was also a way to
celebrate them.
Celebrate them, yes, which they very much deserve. So
by the way, I don't know. Do you remember how many volunteers did you have over the years? Because I was a volunteer. I was a GM for 2.5 years, and I'm curious. I unfortunately missed the meetings that you had during the time that like it was my term. And Dumar says I drink vodka. That's cool. Guys, salute, cheers, prost, everything. Skull, definitely, for the Viking lovers.
How many staff members? I think it's been quite stable, actually. We have a little less now than we had 10 years ago, but there's like if you have a good team, you don't need that many GMs to handle a community. I mean, it depends more on the community if it's volatile or not, and so on. But I think the number of staff members has not gone down as much as the users did for a while. But it was a little bit more like 10 years ago, but not.
Okay, that's cool. And by the way, like Itzik, welcome to the stream. Another funny comment from a manager called I Cheat to Win, and he said Hattrick is a pay-to-win game. I can most definitely say Hattrick is one of the only games that it's not pay-to-win.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always you always get that comment whenever we do anything with supporter, but I really don't think you get actual advantage with supporter. You get like information better presented. It's easier to do some things, but much of that stuff you can do with CHPP tools or with pen and paper or Excel or so
Yeah.
on. So,
But by the way, I'm preparing for my next match on Saturday with my competitive team, with the one that hit 600 hat stats, and this is my preparation page. I do use the Hattrick analyze tool, but also old school writing some key points about my opponent to realize what's the formation he'll about to use, and this way I'm trying to prepare. So, draw number 2, guys, the volunteers. So what's the number, Johan?
the number is 368.
368. Three, 6, 8. Lena, do you want to press the generate?
No,
Okay, no.
your show.
Okay. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for the follow. And do the draw. Come on, let's do it. I'm just pressing it, generating 64. 64 is the number of squares on the chessboard. 64 is the number, the minimal number for a ranking for a team to get in my power ranking videos. And right now, right meow, 64 is the number that gives you the prize. So, who's the winner?
64. Sorry, I was just tweeting to get some more users into the stream.
Okay, that's cool. 716. LA.
We have an LA.
Zaso.
Zazu. I can't say immediately from which country that is, but
Okay. Zazo sounds Eastern European.
I was thinking the same thing, but I don't want to assume anything.
Okay, so user ID. Let's see, user ID is 9668661. Yes, this is my stream. LA Zazu from Hungary. He's playing Hattrick from 2009. He has a team in Hungary, he has a team in Tanzania, and in Hattrick Masters. Nice, so let me quickly try and put his picture on the stream. He's our winner number 2. He plays over 10 years now. I'm really curious. Do we have, like, he's not online right now. Like, he's not online on Hattrick. So maybe he's online here on Twitch. It would be wonderful to see someone winning a lottery and then writing something in the chat. That would be amazing. So next one, wait a second, I'm adding an image. That would be winner number 2. Winner number 2. Yes, LA Zazo. It's here, I'm done. Okay, cool, guys. So we have our second winner, 2 out of 4. And we still have recruits and users. So Johan, cheers.
So I was gonna see if we could do an intermission here.
Yeah.
And do a quiz, because I was promising some merchandise, right?
Yes.
But I was thinking, how can we find someone to win that? So my idea is that I'm gonna ask a question, and the first one that gives the correct answer in the chat will win.
Okay. Guys, are you up to this?
What?
Are you up for this?
Yeah. It's just I just have one question, so there's only one question. Okay.
Okay, I'm move. I like. Okay, people are ready.
Yeah, but then we can also say that the next time you do a stream, you will also have something to give away, right? So people have a reason to come back next week.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. So this is a question relating to the national teams. I can't remember exactly when we started with them in 2002 or 3 or something like that, maybe. But before that happened, and even before Hattrick in the current version was launched in 2000, there was one single national team match played, like in 1998,
Okay.
between two national teams in Hattrick. And you should be able to find that in like a Hattrick museum or something like that somewhere. But I want to know the two teams that play that match.
Okay, guys. So yeah, Sweden and Norway says sleeping Jimmy.
That's wrong.
Honduras. That's
It
right.
would, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Ah, that's wrong. It's not Sweden Norway. No, it's not Sweden Norway, guys. Oh, interesting. Oh, we'll have to follow the chat. So many answers.
Someone got the result right. Somebody got the result right, but not. He didn't mention the teams. Sweden, Denmark. That's correct. The first one that says that is Bovgi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweden Denmark.
Bovgi. Yes. Bovgi got it right.
Wonderful.
So can he contact you maybe and tell him who he is?
Okay, Bovgi, you could
Yeah.
PM me in Twitch. I'll get your details and I'll pass it to Johan. But guys, some of you said that maybe you have a slower internet connection and it's not fair. One thing for sure, we'll have more giveaways for you. So don't worry about that. Even in the next streams, we will have more special giveaways for you. And now we are ready to move to draw number 3.
Okay. Right. So this draw is people that have recruited users to Hattrick. And here we did it so that you get one ticket to the draw for every user that is still active in the game that you brought to Hattrick. So that's why we have 5,700 unique users, but 7,400 lines in the document, because some users have recruited more. On average, 1.3 active users per recruiter, and the best recruiter recruited 114 active Hattrick users.
That's a lot of
So
recruits. Yesterday, I was having a walk with Lena in our neighborhood, and she said, "Hey, so actually, like, Lena is participating in True Draws because she has a supporter and she's an active user." And she said, "But you are participating, Mish, in free draws because you recruited me, right?" And I said, "No, Lena, I send you a link to join Hattrick, and then you did it by yourself without my link. So I am not participating in the recruits draw thanks to Lena. I did recruit 1 or 2 people, so maybe I'm in, but it was funny." So the number is 7,434, right, Johan?
Yeah. Just a second. Someone here is saying that the user Pilota Jatek was actually first. So I will check that in the chat history, and if that's the case, we have 2 winners. Okay.
Amazing. So, Johan, that reminds me, the first time I did a stream with a TotoBet competition, it was for the national teams. And I messed up the results that I entered into my TotoBet sheet. And I was so excited in the first stream to present the winner that I presented the wrong one. And then I gave away 2 prizes as well. So, thanks.
It's always easier.
7434, let's do it. 7434, random.org. Are you ready, guys? 7434, you know what? No delays, let's just see who wins it. 7434 to make sure. Yes, generate 5,610. 5610. 5610.
5, 6 1 Rettegun.
Retagon. Okay, so let's check the manager ID. That's 134 30646. Sounds Norwegian. No, I was wrong. He is from Romania.
That's nice.
Guys, that's the winner, Retagon, and that's amazing. He has no supporter. When I'm donating prizes for my Toto bets, I'm donating supporters, and I always love it to donate to people that do not have a supporter at all, so they could experience it better. So Retagon, he's playing Hattrick from the 12th of December 2018. First time he joined Hattrick was also in 2018. He had a team, lost it, had a team, lost it, and now he's playing Hattrick for a year and a half, pretty much. So he's our winner. Let me copy him really quickly. No supporter. Try to do it as quick as possible.
Maybe the name.
No, I'm doing it without the name, just to make it quicker. But Retagon, then save, here, save, winner number 3.
So cheers to Rettigan.
Yeah,
Exactly.
cheers. You're drinking a whole cup of champagne. You're keeping up. That's a lot. Nice. I'm happy for you. I know when I drink too much, Lena is always okay. You can stop now. But
Only because I can't now.
yeah, but only because she can't join me. If
That's
she
true.
Cheers.
is it water. Third winner. That's the best recruit. Have it.
Rettigan is my brother, someone said. Is that true?
Really? Well, Redigan, cheers.
Rettigan is a bot, someone says. Well, he was lucky anyway.
Yeah.
That's good.
Bafruk,
think
he's your brother. You know what? If Bafruk says it, Bafruk comes on, and Siskov, welcome guys. I see so many familiar faces, familiar names from my like normal streams. So it's really great to have you here. The Vivit, welcome again. Itzik, welcome. Last login. Oh, good question. Last login. No, he was logged in last 2 minutes ago. Don't worry, he's an active user. But yeah, sometimes we are seeing people without a supporter, and it's like, he's not that, not that active, but apparently he is. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing, and we are ready. We are ready. We are ready for the last one, and this is the big one. 600, almost 700 managers online to see this, to see who will be the winner of the biggest ticket to paradise, because here we have the active users. By the way, guys, if you saw it, and I'll do a really quick detour just to show you again. In Hattrick right now, if we are going to world, we have 247,680 active users. Like active users as they have a team in Hattrick, and it's not closed. But the number of people in our draw for active users is smaller because, as Johan said, we are only picking a user that logged in twice day on average in the last week?
Twice a week, I think.
Twice a week, twice a day. What
Twice
was
a
it?
week, at least twice a week since the draw was announced. So it could have been any time during the week, but at least twice a week.
And Stone Cardman is asking, Johan, aren't you selling the merch on the shop?
Yeah.
It's
I've-
more
I've got
it's
the-
more of a logistics problem with shipping,
With the shipping.
because I know that there were a time that products were available, and guys, if you'll ask nicely, maybe in the future, you could never know.
You know, I'm just gonna say, you know, merchandising was really, really important for us at the start, because there was a time in 2002 or something like that, 2001, when we sold our first T-shirts, that it really saved the company, because we had to buy a server, we didn't have any money, and we sold T-shirts. We bought a server for the money, and then we sold some more T-shirts, and then we ordered the T-shirts, and then we shipped them, and then like 2 months later we got the invoice for the T-shirts, and by then we had more money, so we could pay it. But it was really super important back then, and I even had to I was delivering them by hand in Stockholm to save money on the shipping.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know
And then-
this notion.
The story, and then we had the shop running for a long time in different ways, and it was always very like simple. It was only T-shirts basically, and but then we decided to really go for it, and we ordered a lot of different stuff, like complicated stuff like footballs and the hoodies and stuff that needs more, more packaging and more tracking and so on. Yeah, there was a moment when it just I think we did a campaign that everyone got a free T-shirt if they bought support or something, and it was really a big hassle. It was at the time of Satika as well. So I kind of decided after that we should not do this kind of stuff. We should not do physical sales anymore. But now I don't know. I really have enjoyed the sending out the hoodies, and this last year. I know that people love it, so maybe we try to do something again, but we just have to figure out a way to do it so that doesn't take too much distraction from what we're supposed to be working with.
You also had a board game, I remember, because one of the we had we sometimes have like community meetings when we meet to play football or to watch games, and also sometimes we are just meeting for drinks, and a user brought this Hattrick board game. We didn't play it that night because it was too long to explain all the rules, and we were only sitting there for an hour. But one of the things I enjoyed the most from my time when I was a GM, I actually got a hoodie. So, and everyone is very envy at me. And now Lena wears this hoodie when it fits her and when she is feeling cold. So it's really nice. And yeah, about driving to Stockholm to deliver the merchandise. I do understand that now with the Corona situation. I was telling you about our online shop that we opened in my business, and I was running and doing some deliveries as well. And we are ready for the last and biggest and most important. And now we are again above 700 viewers to see who will be the winner of the Active Manager draw.
Okay. So let's see. We have the number that we need is between 1 and 126,281.
Thank you for the follow, and I'm checking it. We have 126,281. 126,2. Again, thank you so much for the follows. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for joining. It's amazing how many managers are with us here celebrating Hattrick. Thank you again for the follow. And it's not even a day match, because sometimes we're logging into Hattrick to either see our training, to either see our result, to either get met on the match engine. I actually wrote a song about the match engine even. And what else? Maybe the national teams. For the follows. And I'm ready. 126,281 managers participating in this active users giveaway. Just to make sure. 126,281. 126,281. And no dilly-dally. Let's generate the number. 4,683.
Can you show it also from the random.org
Yes.
so that you, yeah?
Here we go. Oh, actually, yeah, it's here. Nice. Full Italian this chat. Woo! So how many people do we have from?
I'll check it out.
Oh, okay. Elena will check it out. Go, 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 go! Israel, says David.
Poland has 40. Germany.
So
Italy,
Poland,
29.
80.
29.
39 people from
30.
Poland right now. 30 from Italy. 46 from Spain. 26 from the Netherlands. 22. Do we have the winner? It's 4683. 4683. Thank you for the follow. It's me. Okay. We'll have.
Oh, it's a GM. Oh my God.
It's a G.
That's too bad. That's
Okay.
too bad. I have to say.
Well,
That's not really what I was hoping, but I'm happy for this for the man, but or woman, but we were talking about, should we really allow staff members to be in the general draw,
okay.
and we thought it would be unfair if they were not, but okay, so we have a GM now that has won.
Okay, let's check the number. Fair is fair, and we really did everything right. So no one should be neglected. Let's make sure. What's his player ID? And that's 115187666.
Manager.
Yeah, it's a manager. By the way, Johan, I'm just going on a stretch here, so tell me if it's okay or not. But I'm saying maybe not the ticket to paradise, but maybe we could do another generation of the active users for a merchandise. So it won't be that expensive, and it's something maybe a staff member can't have.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe it's because I've had 3 glasses of Prosecco, but we're gonna get one more winner, and this time it can't be a staff member.
Wow.
Oh my God, guys, if you are not cheering for Johan right now, you do not love Hattrick. I wanna see everyone going crazy. Johan is the man. Come on, guys. I want to see Johan is the man on stream. Copy paste it right now. Johan is the man. Another ticket to paradise. Johan is the man. I don't see Johan is the man, guys. Left 4 Dead. Whoa. I don't want to see whoa. I don't want to see whoa. Copy. I'm gonna write it for you.
I'm just gonna say,
like, you know what? No, wait a second.
I'm just gonna say I'm probably gonna regret this when I have to explain it to some people tomorrow. But I really don't feel good about giving another ticket to a staff member, and even though they deserve everything they get, but that was not.
Oh, now I see
My-
it. Johan is the man. Johan is the man. Johan is the man. Yes. Guys,
Okay.
amazing. Chat,
But
great. You
but
deserve it.
it can't be another staff member. Okay, so
Okay,
if we
yeah,
get
no
another
problem.
staff member,
If it's another staff member,
yeah, and
we'll
of
do a
course
redraw.
the HTs are already out. Okay, so the HTs could never win. That I hope you take for granted. But
Yeah, of course.
I felt that the staff members, why should we exclude them? They are also users. But
Do you
okay,
see
now
how
we are
many Johan is the man do you get? And it's all well deserved. Guys, you know what? I think every time Johan will come and join our stream, you should definitely send or drive and give him a bottle of Prosecco. Because like if he'll be here just like this, like sober, he'll be fun, he'll be knowledgeable, he'll answer all your questions. But if you want to get those special you should like oh yeah. Just copying really quickly the image of the fourth winner, and I can't believe we're gonna give a fifth one. So that's gonna be rad. That's winner number 4. Wait, winner number 4. I'm adding another image. That would be winner 4.
Best game ever.
Who said it? Who said best game ever?
Seftavand, I can't catch it. Seftavand.
Okay, so this is... First of all, GM Kalus, we're really happy for you. Like, we're really happy for you. You are playing Hattrick since 2011. It's like, and he is from Georgia. Bombaria is the name of his team, his second team, Rastamanos. And we're really happy that you won.
Okay, so I just have to say, because I was afraid to check my Slack channel because I'm sharing my screen, right?
Yeah.
But I have HT Daniel on the Slack, and he's watching, and I was afraid what he was gonna say, but he says I'm forgiven, so
Yes.
it's okay.
Daniel,
right.
we love you
So,
too.
so cheers for Daniel as well. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, Daniel. Okay, and now it would be funny if we call ourselves son Daniel, right?
Yep.
Actually, it's one of the names we were actually thinking about. So, guys, if in a few months you'll see Lena and me on stream with our newborn and his name is Daniel, I'm not saying his name will be Daniel. I'm just saying it's not because of the 5th ticket to paradise. That's it. That's the only thing I'm saying. Let's do the next draw.
So it's the same number.
It's the same number. Lena, you are right. It's the same number. Now I'm gonna press the number. You're gonna see it's all fair as always. Johan, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, and we are generating the 5th and unexpected ticket to paradise, and it's ticket number 64,641. 64641. You saw it on stream. 64641. Let's make sure it's not a GM or another staff member. No modes, no LAs, and no GMs are allowed.
Okay, my precision is getting worse and worse here. Sorry for that.
No, no problem. 64641.
64. Okay. 64641. The username is F Gizu.
F Gizu. Let's check it. I'm going to see the user ID. Len, everything is okay?
Yep.
Okay. 1024071. F Gizu, where are you? What? Wait. Okay, we got him. We got him.
And he has no supporter.
He has no supporter.
And
He is from Italy. He plays Hattrick themes since 2010. His name is Country Villa. And he's not online. What's happening? He's not online. So this is the winner. F. Gizu from Italy is our 5th winner of the evening.
But it feels pretty good, because this whole quarantine thing kind of started with Italy, right? So there was a lot of empathy with Italy at that time when we decided to do this. So I don't know anything about him or his situation. But
as everyone said, last logging 7 hours ago.
Yes, he's pretty active.
Yeah.
That's good. Maybe there will also be included in this prize some supporter. Who knows?
That's nice. All winners in Europe. We had Spain, Romania.
IMF Gizo.
Oh, IMF Gizo.
Someone that claims that he's F Gizo. Rio Baggio.
Sorry?
There is.
Someone said that he is F Gizo. Okay, well, if you are here on stream, that's amazing, F Gizo. We are really, really happy. That's you. That's your username, and you'll get your prize from Hattrick. You won't get it here from the chat, but so.
So tell me, F Gizo, where are you from?
Yeah. So
if you're here.
If you are here. Solito Magna.
He's a Baggio fan.
Rio Baggio.
Oh, Roberto Baggio. Johan, who's your favorite player?
Well, until a few months ago, I would have said Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but that's not true anymore. Maradona.
Maradona. Oh. So I think our Hattrick Maradona should be Apache Zurita. Have you heard about him?
Oh yeah.
So he's the forward who scored 1,000 goals in Hattrick, and very beloved by the Argentinian community. And he's 60 or 70-year-old, and he was injured once, turned into a coach, and he hasn't been injured yet. I will tell everyone in chat how many goals he has, because I have him in my bookmarks. I'll show it to everyone. Players. So, some interesting facts. So, the oldest player in Hattrick, his name is Stefan Ackergen, and he got a special background from Hattrick. Right now, his age is 124. And Pedro Apache Zurita. And I love the Argentinian community, so it's super cool. He's 73-year-old. He scored 1,171 goals in his career. Played 246 matches in Argentina. And he currently plays for team La Batata. And La Batata, they told me about this. They have a special league for him when everyone is playing with ratings lower than bot teams, and it was very tough at the last season. Now it's very easy to get stronger ratings than bot teams, because bot teams got stronger. But that's his story. That's his story. No one from Asia. Well, guys, it was a fair draw, and open for everyone. It was a blast, and hopefully we'll have, maybe not ticket to paradise, but definitely on my Toto bets we have so many different prizes and so many different winners. You are most definitely.
I should also say that about the because I got that question from when we announced the draw that do they have to go to a certain place or so? But I wanted to discuss that with the winners, because basically it's a budget, so they can do whatever they want. But it would also be kind of fun if it was something that was coordinated and so on. But we'll see. It's now they all ended up for more or less the same place, like we're all in Europe, right? So that is maybe easier to do something fun together. But it depends on what people want.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. When you started first talking about it, showing those pictures of beaches from Saint Vincent, I think if only to follow the Hattrick Twitter account, you would definitely say, okay, when quarantine is over, when everything is said and done, you will definitely find HT-Johan on one of those beautiful beaches in Saint Vincent. So I'm guessing like it's something you would want to do, but it will be interesting to see if anyone else there would be interested in going to one of those countries.
It's interesting. I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but my feeling after being in quarantine for 3 months almost is that I'm not that interested in traveling. I mean, I just, you kind of slow down and you're just okay with being around family and that everything is safe and fine. But I think maybe in a few months you will get the urge back to travel, hopefully. So we'll see. It could be quite nice to be on a beach like that.
So guys, one more thing I wanted to say. First of all, before you're leaving, thank you so much for everyone who watches, and I'll say thank you again. So don't worry, don't go anywhere. But we have this Twitch picks, that 3 questions we wanted to ask everyone, and the most amount of managers on stream are playing Hattrick between 10 and 15 years, and you are interested in the senior team and competition, and also you want to get more streams of Hattrick, which is amazing. Don't forget to also check out my YouTube channel. You could find the link just down below the stream with a lot of interesting guides and other things. But we're not done yet. We are back to HT-Johan. You have to say thank you very much for him, because he organized everything. He is donating the prices. Luckily, he had 4 glasses of Prosecco, so he donated a 5th prize. So that's even better. And that's it. Johan, if you would add another country to Hattrick, and let's say it fits the format well, which country would you like to add to Hattrick? Would be the next one.
That's a little hard, actually. I really want to.
You said when we talked before, you said if you would have the opportunity to get both national teams, you would have Atlantis and El Dorado. But let's say a real country. Shachar, thank you so much for the
Nepal. I'll say Nepal then. No, I don't know. There is a number of countries that they still have a big population, but that are not in Hattrick.
People saying Bermuda and Greenland. I had a viewer, his name is Neil, and he plays in England, but actually he's from Bermuda. So I was seeing the country icon, and I was like, oh, cool, someone from Bermuda, and said like, yeah, but I'm playing in England.
Yeah. No, the islands are always fun. There's like a special. I don't know. It's kind of fun to, if you're gonna have an additional team, to go to one of these small islands and like imagine that you have a team there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of guess I want all of the countries in Hattrick, and then I would also like to have some users from all of the countries in Hattrick, obviously. But
Johan,
I don't
top
have any.
man. Cheeky Chops 79.
Yeah, I don't have any favorites. No. Okay, so they say that F. Giso's team is located in Lombardia and they suffered the most in Europe.
And El
So if
Doro
if
says,
that's
Lena, you are ordering a match for the new season. Tomorrow, Lena plays against me. My first team, Sherlock, a very successful team, has dropped to the last or second to last division. And I'm just trying to climb back up. But this season, I'm still rebuilding. And Lena will destroy me tomorrow.
and to those who says that they are sorry that there are no team from Latin America among the winners, I totally agree. I would also have wanted that. Unfortunately, I could not influence the draw, but maybe next time.
Well, yeah, that's just the luck of the draw. And by the way, Shahar from the Israeli community, he's a very active user. Unfortunately, yeah, like his dad passed away a month ago, but he's very active and he's always promoting the Israeli meetings. And we hope that the quarantine will end. We might have a meeting next week. I don't know how many people will come. But also, you were speaking about Hattrick merchandise, and he was speaking to you about this. And we are doing Hattrick T-shirts with Israel just for the people coming there. So we'll send a picture of that.
Okay, great.
Johan
Sounds
is
good.
the man, says ex Tommy. Guys, do you have some questions to Johan? Because the stream, we did the talk about the World Cup, and we did the draws, and we had an extra draw, an extra ticket to Paradise, so it was 5 tickets. But if you have thank you, RB, thank you so much for the follow. And if you have something interesting to say, Johan is the man, Dazed HT says. Will we have a stream like this for the Paradise Cup draw? Well, I'll speak to Jan and we'll see. It will be at the end of the month. And you know what? It could be interesting because if the draw will be on Friday and I'll have a Friday stream for the national, we'll definitely have a draw at the halftime because it won't take long. FC Anepa, thank you so much for the follow.
So you have a bot in your Twitch channel that is constantly writing "Diamond for Life" for Mish.
Oh, really? No, I didn't post this, but I do have some managers saying, "Hey, Mish, like we had this talk because I'm doing the Totobet competitions and I'm doing this I'm starting my 8th season." And for 7th season, I'm donating in the Israeli community and in the international community on the global forum. And I had a few managers helping me out with prizes, but I did donated more than 200 months of supporter in the last 7 seasons. So yeah, they are like, but I said, you know what, guys, I don't care. Just give me a big stream. Let's have fun. That would be amazing. And if more people will come to my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel to follow the guides that I'm making for you for Hattrick, it's everything that I need. Because my biggest prize is here and we have another present on the way. So we are good. Thank you, guys. Q&A time, Mish. Let him speak. Okay, so who wants to have a questions? You have heard about the from Romania? No, I haven't heard about this player. Johan give me the match engine. I don't think he'll ever reveal the match engine.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, a question? Pete Valderrama, Ernesto just had a baby recently. So we definitely gonna ask his question. How hard is it to fight against cheaters in the game? Does it consume a lot of time and effort? If I would answer this question, I would say probably it's something that the GMs are mainly concerned. Effort of the workers side right now. So the question is, during election time, do you struggle to fight against cheaters?
I think the GMs has to be extra aware during elections, and there's definitely that's like a vulnerability that we have in Hattrick, that the elections are a little exposed to that. So that's something that we wanna fix. I mean, it's like with the thing with cheating is that if there's incentives in Hattrick to have multiple teams, like if you can make money, if you can channel money from one team to another, then you're gonna have cheaters. If you can create several teams and rig an election, then you're gonna have people that want to do that. So, I mean, you can approach it in two ways. You can try to catch them, or you can try to remove the incentives for cheating in the first place. So, I mean, and obviously we have to do both, but it's just if Hattrick had been designed in another way, there might not be any cheating, because there would not have been any reason to cheat. But now it's an open economy, and you can buy and sell, and that's part of the attraction of Hattrick. So we're always going to have people trying to do that. But then that's the cheating that is really harmful. It's the cheating that disrupts the game in some way for users that are not cheating.
That play fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I was a GM, that was one of the things I was really concerning to keep fair play, because we don't want this in the game. And another two interesting questions: when will we have Women's Cup in Hattrick? And will we ever have matches that you could play with your Hall of Fame players?
Okay, so those two questions is good, very good questions. I can say that women's teams we have been getting that question for 15 years maybe, and for the not until maybe 2 years ago, it felt like something that would make any sense, because I don't know, and that's not because, I mean, it's not a male female thing. It's even the users that we had that are women. They said, we don't want this. We don't see any point in this. I mean, it's not important for us. So there was really no demand for it, even among our users or our female users. But I think that is starting to change. So I think there's a point where having a female Hattrick could be interesting, not only because we want to look like we're doing the right thing. I mean, it's like we would do it because people want it. But if we do it, we would like to really do it in the right way. So it's like it feels like its own thing. But it's something that we have talked about.
Would you like a team with women players in Hattrick, or a separate league that you could manage a team if the players are women?
Or the managers?
No, not the managers. You are managing a team of avatars that has women's.
Only women or mixed?
Only women, let's say. Or
Only
what
women,
would you prefer?
Maybe not. Mixed, I would be happy to, because you want to see how you can progress your player when he is, well, in the same league against other male players, and to try to make the female player in the same level.
So you would maybe put more effort in training avatars and names of players who has women's names, and just to play with them in the same game?
Yep.
Okay, maybe
but mixed, not
separate.
Not divided.
Yeah, because opening a separate league for women, I don't know. It's I don't know how many people would. So what about Hall of Fame teams? Maybe if you put a player in your Hall of Fame, he could be like presented with his best like skills ever, and then to use a Hall of Fame team?
That's a good question because we discussed it only last week when we were discussing, or 2 weeks ago when we were discussing stuff to do for the supporter appreciation release. Okay, and the thing with Hall of Fame is that we haven't saved any data on about the player's skills, so we don't know. So I mean, what do you want if you have a team of Hall of Fame players? Do you want them to have the skills that they had when they became Hall of Fame players, or is it the skills that they had when they were at the top of their game? I mean, we don't have any of we don't have either the skills when they left the game or when they were the best.
You know, maybe it's an interesting option to give you, and it's probably harder to implement. As you could all see, my technical skills are pretty bad, but I do have some interesting ideas, and I do understand how programming works. So maybe you could pick up 11 players from your Hall of Fame, and then your preparation to the game before putting the players on the pitch will be randomly assigning them, let's say, 300 skill points. And then you are clicking each player, give him whatever you want. You could have the divine goalkeeper and a poor forward, and then every day you could do it in every game you could do it in a different way and assign different skills for different players.
But that's a really fun idea. Actually, we were thinking about more like, because first we were discussing, okay, can we retrieve, like, we look at old matches, can we like find some way to extrapolate their skills back then? But even that is not so much fun, because I mean, maybe I'm not saving my players because they were the best players I ever had all the time. Sometimes it's just because it's the players that I like the most. And I mean, maybe some players you kept until they were 40 years old and they were crap. But that's what you want to remember. You don't want to remember when he was 25. So that's actually a good idea, because it's easier for us to do, because we don't have that data. So we're not going to pretend that we have correct data.
You see,
but we just make it a game within the game, so it's just something that you have fun with, and then you play against other Hall of Fames. Yeah. That would be easy to do.
By the way, just a fun story about ideas and stuff like that. Sometimes in your relationship, you will have these moments when you or your wife will remember it forever. So when we...
Hey. Why is Lena the only one properly dressed for this stream? I have to say, this is not correct.
Oh, okay? Nice.
Oh, nice.
Is it an old or a new merchandise?
It's a 10-year-old anniversary t-shirt.
Oh, so it was like Hattrick is 22-year-old now, not 21. Wow. So it was a long time ago. That's nice. Yeah. That's really nice. But just what I was saying about good ideas and stuff like this, when we were doing some like genetic testing before the pregnancy and everything, and just to make sure everything is right, so we were doing a routine checkup in the doctors, and he was looking at my results, my genes, and said, "Oh, this is weird. That's quite rare. You have perfect genes." So now, no matter what I'll do, I'll forget to put the trash out, I'll forget to clean the dishes, doesn't matter, I have perfect genes. It was a good question. Will it be possible to pay for supporter packages on a monthly basis instead of like in a one time?
Well, I got that question in the forum today, and I answered that it's a little complicated, because when you make the commitment to pay 1 year, but you divide the payment into 12, what happens then if you
decide to quit?
Yeah, exactly. Or if you lose your credit card, or you get kicked out, maybe you leave yourself, or you could get kicked out for cheating or something. So it creates a lot of like edge cases, gray zone cases, which is hard to it's hard to manage and hard to
Yeah.
give support to. And I don't think the payment platform that we have today offers it either. So that's not something that we are looking to do. Sorry.
Two interesting
But
questions.
I have one over here as well.
One of them is, will you upgrade the app with the opportunity to do some more things like vote in the election? Right now, if you want to vote in the app, it will send you to the site, and I think if you can like vote with a push of a button, that would be much easier. And the
yeah,
other,
but it's
okay.
yeah. No, I can just answer that one because I mean, obviously the ambition is that everything that you need to do as a manager you can do in the app, and I think today you can do like all the day-to-day things to manage your team. But the election, it's such a specific thing that we felt it could wait until later. But I would be very happy to have it in the app as well, and I think it will be in the app at some point.
And a fun question: when
Yeah.
will we have beards for the avatars and not only mustaches?
Yeah, but you know that was part of the face project that we started. That you know, if we do change the faces, definitely we're gonna have beards on it. But now we have that project a little bit on the pause because we felt that the feedback was not so good. I mean, we're always prepared to like go a little bit against the feedback of the users because users are like naturally conservative, so they will always say no. But if we're very convinced that something is better, we will push it through anyway. But if we have like a 50-50 situation where you feel that half of the community is saying we absolutely can't stand this and 50% say we like it, it's not a good time to push something through, you know, because then we're gonna hear about this from users for the next 10 years that they were not happy with the change. So we are at like right now we are considering whether like to take a step back towards like the old faces but improve them, or like to improve the new faces so that they're more in line with the old ones, or to find to fix the things that people don't like about them. But in either case, we want to have beards.
Okay, so we have a few more interesting questions. By the way, if you are still down for the Q&A, I think everyone enjoys it, and we have over like 250 managers still here. Just want to hear your answers. So if you still have the energy,
so I'm gonna pick one here that I see that has asked several times, and that's about the kit designer, stadium designer.
Yeah.
That because Flash will no longer be supported in browsers.
As well.
Okay.
Sorry.
And a very active manager from Latvia. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So I wanted to answer that, and
yeah.
The answer
I thought
is
it was like Flash won't be supported. That's it.
No, there is
the thing is that we know because that has not been decided by us. Okay. But the thing is that it's not going to work very well on Hattrick if it's not supported by the browsers. And we have the kit designer and we have the arena designer in Flash. The problem is that they are especially the kit designer, but also the arena designers were extremely big and extremely well done projects by the developer of those, which was Oxidus, who doesn't work with us anymore. But he really did a fantastic job with Flash back then, and we need to translate all this to a new technology, so something like probably JavaScript. So we can't guarantee that we were going to get the same functionality that we had in the Flash, but we're going to do our best to do something just as good. But it's definitely important project for us in the coming 6 months.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
And a question from a very active user from Latvia, Mr. Salnas. His name is Alex. I think it's more of a yes and or no question, but elaborate if you can. He is asking if you are happy with the new changes of the World Cup format and all the other things, because you really did listen to the community in the Legends forum, the ex-coaches, the current coaches, and all the changes. He says he loves it, all the changes. What's your thought about the new format?
I'm also super happy about it. I really am. I mean, what was really important to me was I wanted to breathe some life into the national teams and to get more people engaged in it, because there was a group of users that were hardcore about national teams and that really cared, but there was a lot of talk among other users that we don't care about the national team. So that's something that I wanted to fix problems that were on the national teams, but also like to add some new stuff that made people interested again. Like, you also need to shake things up a little bit for people to learn new things and so on. But most of the good solutions, it came through these discussions with the Legends, because like they really turned everything up. They turned every stone to make sure that it would work, and we had to do a lot of like updated proposals, like what about doing the team spirit reset here instead of like 2 days earlier, or like every little detail, like, and always very strong opinions, like, oh no, this will be the worst change ever in Hattrick. So like it's not that easy to make everyone happy, but I think it was a really well balanced plan in the end, and a lot of credit goes to Tassos, because he was the one that did all the hard work there, I think. So yeah, I'm very happy with it, and I'm very happy with the release also, the announcement, because we got really good feedback from users.
And so many people are thanking you for being here, doing this broadcast, answering questions. Jacques Lacoque, I see you, my best friend. He also plays Hattrick. That's amazing that he's here. Thank you, Max. And Go Brazil, we have Go Brazil here. Very interesting as well. People are asking, let's see.
About the Hattrick press.
I got the question here, Johan, will you start growing your beard for the Christmas draw? And I can tell him that earlier today I had a very big beard, and it's
do you
white.
have a picture of the before? No, you don't have to
No,
share it. I'm just asking if
No, but
you
it's,
have it.
yeah, I probably do, but it was like this quarantine look. Like I looked like a homeless man with a big white beard, and like my hair was going in all directions. So I felt I had to do something. But every month I have a big white beard, and then I shave it off, and I feel 10 years younger.
Yeah.
So like every month I get 10 years younger. It's fantastic feeling, actually.
Lena is really waiting for me to shave my mustache. I had a beard as well, and my friend Maxi knows this as well. And I knew that if I'm doing this special stream with Johan for Hattrick, because my avatar always has a mustache, I will keep my mustache until the stream, and maybe tomorrow I'll shave it. No promises,
Yeah.
but maybe.
I have two interesting questions that repeat themselves.
Okay.
So
Yep.
one, are you planning to implement Hattrick Press in the app anytime soon?
That's a good question. Actually, one of the things that we want to do in the summer autumn period is look at all these different news news channels in Hattrick to see if we can integrate them better. So maybe it makes sense to integrate Hattrick Press into the app, but I can't promise anything on that. Sorry.
Yeah, another one answered this on chat, and they said, let's also be grateful because developing apps is very expensive, and the fact that Hattricks does it as well as invest in the game, it's awesome. So thank you for this.
I have the second question
Yeah.
from my. I actually like those kinds of questions.
Okay.
What is your roadmap for 2021? Where do you see Hattrick goes in the next couple of
They
years?
are actually revealing the roadmap every half a year about.
No, but for the
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
year maybe. But next couple.
That's
of
another
years.
thing. We have really stopped trying to think so far ahead. I mean, we basically work on 3-4 months planning. Every season, at the start of the season, we have a developer meeting when we really decide what we're gonna do, what everyone will do, what everyone will work on for the next 3 months. And then it's me and Daniel that has like a vague idea what's gonna happen after that. So I can be thinking about what happens in the autumn or what happens next year, and we talked about that. As recently as today, I was talking to Daniel about stuff that we could do, but it's absolutely impossible to mention that to you because it can change tomorrow. We can change ideas, what is necessary for the game, what is necessary for the business, what is necessary for us, personally, for the team. Like something that like this with the Flash can pop up that we have to change this because it's not going to work after a certain date. So then we have to change everything. So that's why we try to talk in the editorials about general direction of development, but we only know for sure what we're going to work on for the next 3 months. Next week on Monday, Tuesday, we're going to have like a virtual dev meet. We usually meet in person, but next week we're going to meet virtually to decide on the next dev period. So I have a good idea about the next 3 months, but after that I'm not so sure. But I think it's one thing that I would like to say, because I've gotten this question here in the chat about us adding a club competition, international club competition like the World Cup. And that's one thing that I would like to say, is that I think right now we've been adding a lot of competitions. We've added the battles, the Supporter Week trophy, the new World Cups, a lot of different tournament stuff, ladders and so on. So I don't think that's the right thing to do now. I think we have a lot of competitions. So we're gonna take it a little bit easy on adding more stuff there. So yeah, don't expect that, at least. Maybe something more about bringing like the motivations of users together, like to distill it a little bit more. Well, I'm just gonna say that.
Okay, wait a second. I had something interesting, and if you don't know what's the league battles, it's a special battle for every league. Lena, we didn't sign in yet, but in this battle you are competing against all other leagues in the same division. So you could be the best. You could say I'm the strongest division.
Strongest league in the division.
Definitely. Mr. Alpha says more serious balanced tactics and long shots. So long shot tactics sometimes have been a problem, and there are ways to beat long shots, and I did a special video about it on YouTube. But definitely on tournaments, when confidence is capped, it's more difficult to play against long shot teams. Have you thought about maybe somehow connecting the team confidence to the long shot tactic as being saying that if you get a long shot opportunity, the chance to score it will be somehow connected to team confidence, or maybe increased team confidence for normal teams or for all teams in tournaments, and this way long shot teams won't benefit from this, because we had a few even interesting instances when teams would give up on the league completely and even lose 0-10, and then they'll just save picks for the cup. And long shot teams, they are not affected by low confidence, so they are able to do it while other teams can't.
Mm. Well, it's a little bit too detailed, the question, especially when I'm not sure. So I'll just take a pass on that one and say that I will talk. I will raise the issue with the team.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Any comment about the increasingly high prices for players and inflation in the Hattrick market?
Well, I think it's normal. I mean, people were complaining that the prices were too low. A few months
seasons ago.
yeah, a few seasons ago. So that's the way it goes. I mean, you either have a free market or you don't. So that I don't see that as a problem, except for me, who's trying to start a new team in St. Vincent right now. But no, I don't think that's something on in itself. No.
Swiku and Totabe, thank you so much for the follow, guys, and also Azerthoth. Okay, so the prices are okay. I don't know, maybe something about the financial director or the way that people are trying to store money in future coaches. Is it something
I'll answer those two and another one. I get one here from Backpacker83 about cheating in elections, and that was actually a pretty big thing that we were discussing in Legends for the NT package, and something that I really want to solve. But we just felt it was a little bit. It needed more discussion, so we're gonna do that, but we're not. We wanted to release the NT package with all the competition details and so on, so people can start planning for it. And this thing with the elections, we're gonna address in the autumn. But I think it's very important. I really don't like this kind of institutional cheating that is going on in some leagues. So quite keen to fix that. Then we had the other two questions were what that you asked for me.
So someone is saying, take that, Geo, long shot like rules. Just check out my video about how to build a long shot team. It will be okay. Mish, can I ask about the leadership players? I think we asked about players with leadership as being stored as future coaches.
Oh yeah. Well, that is something that I haven't really. Okay, so it was that question and the financial directors, right? That people were talking about. People are annoyed that they have a lot of money stored in board reserves and they can't use them, and then they are annoyed that people are
using future coaches instead of storing the money.
Okay. Right. I can agree that both of those are problematic, but we haven't really tried to find a solution to those yet. We haven't really talked about it yet, but I think it's stuff that makes sense to try to solve. But I mean, when I say that, it doesn't mean that we're gonna kill future coaches. But there is something there that needs to be addressed for sure.
Yeah,
so,
there were some interesting suggestions. I suggested maybe modifying the price for external coach, because when you take an external excellent coach with solid leadership, his price is like 15 million euros, and everyone understands that it's not a proportional price, and now no one will even do it or ever do it. But
Yeah.
whoever uses future coaches could like wait on this price and saying, well, potentially you do save money, and if you'll decrease this amount, because no one is ever doing this, obviously a lot of people are using this, and a lot of people will get mad, and some people were saying, oh, we're gonna quit the game if this happens, because all our strategy in this. And I asked them, okay, are you willing to take the money you paid for the coach to get back in your reserves without the opportunity to use it, and the coach will disappear? So actually you are not losing any money, right? And then you are on the same balance as everyone else who is not using future coaches, and they still saying like, no, we want this to keep happening because there's no way for us to build a super strong team with the prices being as they are. And others are saying, just neglect financial director, no reserves, it's an open market, let us have the money. And if we'll just check the prices for those players, you could say they are going for 10 million euros, 5 million euros, a lot of money for players without skills at all. And a very cool, interesting question. You probably heard about the Panini game, the card game inside Hattrick. Have you collected albums when you were a kid? And do you play Panini right now?
No, not right now. I did have an album when I was a kid, and that's why I became a West Ham supporter. Not that I'm not that much of a West Ham supporter right now, but back when I was like 7-8 years old, I liked West Ham. But now I only like
Who
Malmö.
played there back then that you started to like them? Or you just completed their album and became a fan?
Yeah, I guess they had the coolest shirts. That's what I thought. But no, I don't play Panini right now. But I did, and I haven't played FIFA ever. But this last year I played it because I was interested in interested in the FIFA game, and in this ultimate team that they have on FIFA, which is basically a card collecting mode in FIFA, which I actually thought was a lot of fun to play. So I'm happy about the Hattrick Nini project. It's fun to see stuff like that happening in Hattrick, and but I tried it, but I'm not a Foxtrick user, and I don't like all these plugins and stuff that changes my experience of Hattrick. So I don't think it will catch on for me personally, but I like the idea.
Oh, and Paco Monkey, thank you for the follow. Baco saying, Johan, you look 37-year-old. Max, Jack Lecoq says, Johan, thanks for answering the questions. It is amazing. And good night, guys. Good night, Max. And Fleming, and another manager from Portugal, Ricardo, welcome. He's a really big expert in wines. And at one of the streams that I had when Max was came to my house, and he was speaking with Ricardo a lot about wine, he's asking, do you think about opening an official Twitch channel for Hattrick? Ricardo, thank you for shutting me down.
I've had the privilege of receiving wine from this man.
Oh.
So I can assure you that he knows his wine. Well, we talked about it today a little bit, didn't we? About some kind of partnership or something. I don't know, but I don't think I would be that good on maintaining a Twitch channel myself. So, but I like this way of communicating with the users. So yeah, we can talk. We can see what is possible in
Well,
the future.
definitely, I think we should set another date for,
Mm.
for when you are doing the draw for the new users, because it should hit Friday and I should be streaming either way. So I think everyone would love to have you back on stream.
Yep.
And yeah, maybe some future cooperation, guys. It could be very interesting to explore. Have you considered the possibility of modifying the tactics during the matches? I think it was discussed a lot on the forums, and just think about it. Most of the implementations that you'll do, you'll be up and then you'll start playing pressing
Mm.
to minimize the
Yeah.
scores. I don't know.
So
What do you
the
think
thing,
about it?
we have thought about that a lot, because it's always cool to do stuff that is a technical challenge, and this is something that we could definitely do. But we're afraid of. I mean, like the concept of Hattrick is that you only need to log in twice a week to be competitive. So we couldn't have a situation where you need to be online when you play your matches to win stuff. But if it's like a setting in tournaments, or if it's a setting that you could do if you agree with the other manager that you want this for a certain match, then maybe it's possible. But we wouldn't want to do that as a general setting in the game.
Okay, and Ricardo, thank you so much. Oh, maybe I'll talk to Max about the wine, and thank you for the
Mhm.
push.
But Fleming, I think the Lebanese wine is better than the Israeli, right?
Ooh.
Am I wrong?
Well, it's okay. I'm supporting every good wine. I'm not a wine expert, so for me, if I need to ask someone about the wine, it's Max. And if Max
Mm.
appreciates Ricardo's opinion, Ricardo, what's your favorite wine? Would be great to have HT-Johan on your show more. Yes, definitely. Baltic Typhoon, thank you so much. And you were writing from the beginning of the stream and you're still here. You are a beast, thank you. And what else? What's this?
Have you ever thought about opening an official Hattrick Twitch channel?
Yeah, so we answered this.
Oh, so
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
I
Or,
have a question. I have a question. You asked us on the global forum, what's the most boring page in Hattrick? And we answered with a lot of good answers.
yes.
The travel in the team league, like you are going to the team league and you are saying travel stats. What do you need it for? And other things that you are, I think people said, when you are going to the cup statistics, you have this very cool statistics when you are saying who won it in each season and the number of winners, but we don't have the same page for leagues, or at least the Premier League, because the Premier League, it's very interesting to know who is the highest winner, who won it the most amount of times.
Mm.
So what do you
Yeah.
think? Why did you do it? Will you implement something about the boring pages?
Yes, that's my. I have to apologize for not following up on that. It was just like one of these spontaneous things that me and Daniel was talking about, and like, oh, we should ask users what is the most boring pages, because there's so many boring pages, and like, it's not that they are boring. It's just like you just seen them, and they've just been there for 20 years, and like then you look at them with a fresh eye and it's like, why on earth didn't we do something more with this page? And there's a lot of those pages that would be pretty easy to fix. So I have a list in my notes that, okay, this is the things that we should vote for, and then it can be implemented a week later, but I didn't get around to doing it. So I just apologize.
We all
I'll have.
thought you did it as a preparation because it was 2 days before April Fool's Day, and everyone thought that at least you'll do something about it. But it's okay. For once, I'm really happy that you are willing to go to the to the global forum and write some stuff, even if people will reply and you won't be able to deliver every time. The fact that you are there and you are answering, it's really cool. Andre
Yeah,
Pedersen, thank you for the follow, and yeah.
no, but if I do that, I should also follow up on it. I should not just start the discussion and then not follow up on it. So
Yeah.
I apologize for that. Sorry.
Bafruk says, I have the same shirt as you, Mish. Thug Life. Thank you. I have a Snoop Dogg animation somewhere on the other pages, but if I'll do it, probably I'll mess up the stream, so not this time. Did Michael Jackson play Hattrick in 97? I don't know. Um, who's the most famous person, Johan, that you know that play Hattrick? In Israel, we had a few football players and a few celebrities. Do you know of anyone else?
Yeah, I know that Chiellini played Hattrick.
Okay.
Juventus defender. That's a pretty famous guy. He answered about playing Hattrick in an interview, like when he was still in his early 20s.
And people are saying, "Let the man sleep, Johan. You look tired." And yeah, we are here for so long. And you had a bottle of wine. And Ricardo says he loves Gewürz. I think maybe until you finish the last glass.
I haven't had this much fun in a long time, so it's okay.
Okay, cool. So I'm here as long as you have the energy. Petit Pilou for Frems, I invite you to ask. You'll drink. Oh, okay, so it's a wine talk. That's cool.
Alsace. I would love to go to Alsace, I must say. That would be nice.
Lena, maybe you love Gewürz as well, right?
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Wine.
Yes. But it was not me that was invited. It was Fleming.
Oh,
sorry,
so well, I think they could invite you as well. And DT Tattoo from Argentina is joining right now. Thank you so much.
So we're getting a lot of questions about the Women's League, but I already answered that. I said that we're thinking about it, but I can't promise anything. Okay. And also, what about the possibility to change tactic? We also answered that one.
And Lars, Team BMW, Skull for Johan. Yeah, I was drinking as well. Can you make masters for leagues 2 and 3 worldwide? I think Johan answered that they are doing so many competitions right now in Hattrick, with league battles and youth supporters trophies and generation cups, so they are not looking into adding more competitions in Hattrick, and we will have the regional tournaments for the national teams. That's a new thing. And Parkigia, thank you so much for the follow. But yeah, it's always interesting to people ask, do you think to change something about youth academy or the way trainings are being done there?
Okay, so I'm just gonna answer a few questions that I see here in the stream. First, you answered the one about new competitions, so that's all sorted. I got a question about Hattrick Björn, the creator of Hattrick. I can say that we are always in touch. We're still good friends, but he's quite a private guy. He doesn't call me very often, but I always try to inform him when something important happens with Hattrick, and he's always interested in what happens with Hattrick. So he's around, but he's doing his own thing since many years. Let's see here now.
Yeah, I think I'll leave my jacket as we were so formal for so long.
Yeah, you should take it off. Small proportion of foreign players in youth academy. I think that is something that was discussed recently in the forum, but I can't remember if it was in Global or in Legends. But it's an interesting idea, so we'll just leave it like that.
Someone
More.
asked about the fact that in new countries we barely have local users and how it affects elections. I know that, where was it? This season, a manager from Sweden, and I think he was a brother or a relative of one of the HTs or staffers. He was elected with 0 votes because no one votes in this country. He's from Sweden. I know he plays from 97. It was just something mentioned. Because if we'll have 0 votes in an election, the oldest manager will get automatically elected.
I don't know how that works, but it doesn't seem unlikely that it works like that. It could very well be like that. And to be honest, I think it's probably better that it works like that than in any other way. But the problem is that there should not be 0 votes in an election, right? That's not very good. So there's some work to do on the elections for sure.
I think that maybe the opportunity to vote through the app will increase the amount of votes, but
maybe.
in small countries something else.
It's funny because I mean we struggled with the app for so long and it didn't get a lot of users, but now we really have people that only play the game through the app, and that's super cool. So it's super cool. It's good for Hattrick, but it's also a bit of a problem because we don't have that much of the supporter features in the app, and it's like a different experience. But I'm very happy about it. So yeah, you should definitely be able to vote from there as well.
4th team. I don't know if I would physically be able to manage a 4th team.
No,
do you think it's
I agree. You know, I agree with that, but also, I mean, it's also very hard when a new league opens and you really want a new team. Which team do you close down? It was really hard for me to do that.
You had 3 teams before you switched to St. Vincent?
Yeah, I had one in Sao Tome, and I had one in HTI, in a Japanese team in HTI, which is pretty. I mean, I have some good players in there. And then I had one in Sao Tome, which is a Portuguese-speaking country, and I live in Portugal, so I wanted to be in that. So I closed down the Sao Tome team, which was a shame, but. Yeah, it was not the easy decision, but it's so much fun to start in a new league. I couldn't.
The rush from the beginning. When I switched to Ethiopia, I switched from Sao Tome as well, and I just put all my good players on sale for the transfer market for 0 price, and switched to Ethiopia. And the rush that you have the first few weeks. You are battling for every old player. Every player will significantly increase your chance to win, and then are you going for the cup or you're going for the league and everything. It's a great and terrific experience.
Yeah, it's fun. It is actually.
But do you think a 4th team for a manager, for a user, will be optional?
No, I don't want to think about that now. It's a little bit like, I think that we have done a lot of new competitions and like added a lot of stuff for users to do. So I don't think it's the right thing to focus on right now. You know, it's easy for us. It would be very easy to add a 4th team, but I don't think it's the right thing for us to focus on. So I have another idea that I really believe in, but I don't want to say too much about it.
Maybe if you have another battle, you'll tell us about it.
I don't want to create competitions, but I want to create something that creates a little bit more depth. That's what I want to do, or a little bit more of a story, but not more competitions at the moment.
It's all planned for the next 3 or 4 developing months.
Maybe a little bit further down the line.
Because you said you are not planning more than
Well, they are not
quarter of
speaking.
Yeah,
a
but
year.
I said I am thinking about what happens
Oh.
after that. But for the next 3 months, we have a pretty clear idea what's going to happen, because we're going to decide and make the specifications next week. So that we already have a strong idea.
And Kriziak, Ale, Ellington, Fabio, and Wiz, thank you so much for the follows.
So are there
Have
plans for
another
you-
fresco and share.
Yeah. Are there any plans for U17 national teams? It's the same thing. We already have enough of competitions, but I think there's an opportunity to do something different with the youth. Maybe not just international teams like World Cups and everything, but something different for youth academies. Some kind of thing there. But again, it's not our priority right now, because there's already a lot to do for all the managers.
And Zulovades, dual citizenship for players. Johan said that it's an interesting idea. Maybe or at least in the youth academy, if you'll be able to pull players from different countries, that could be an interesting thing to think about. A plan for under 17 national teams.
Yeah, I mentioned that already, but I that is something that I really like myself, the idea of dual citizenships, and like a meta game where small nations can hunt for talent in bigger leagues, talent that is not needed for those national teams. So or players that transfer at an early age to a smaller league, and maybe they can change passport after a few seasons. So stuff like that could be really fun to have, like more of a meta game, or like a second level game where you, as a national team, not only train your players, but you also like scout for players that you might be able to steal from a bigger league, or convert. Just like in real life. So it's quite fun. Like, I'm a fan of Malmö FF, and a lot of our young youth players are from East Europe, from former Yugoslavia, and they're always being scouted by the Bosnian national team, or the Albanian, or Serbian, or whatever. If they're not, maybe not Serbian, because they have so good players anyway. But it's a fun thing, and it's realistic also to have it. So I think it could be nice to have.
And sorry for the sounds, guys. I'm really trying to improve it, and
Sounds here.
yeah, it sounds here. I probably need to log out of Hattrick for the sounds to disappear. I have a question that someone wrote me. I'm gonna read it in a moment. Before that, so another apology. Sorry for the sound. Someone is asking, will it be possible to maybe change citizenship if a player plays for a different team in a different country without playing in the other league for a lot of time? Because big countries have so much talent and players being trained, and maybe it could help other teams. But I don't know. I think the scouting will be very problematic. But you tell us.
No, I like I just said, I think there's two things that you could do to increase the talent pool for small leagues. One is that players are born with dual nationality, so it's like the first team that picks him up gets him. The second is that, like, a youth player from Sweden or whatever is is purchased by a team in Ethiopia, and he plays in Ethiopia for 2 seasons. And he's never picked up by the Swedish national team. Then he can change nationality to Ethiopia. I'm just saying that these are possibilities that we could have.
Yeah, because
And
we do have the nominees, and if let's say Ethiopia nominates a player from Italy, then maybe if Italy won't nominate him as well, it could be done. But then, as I'm just saying, let's think like people who want to mess things up. So a lot of managers from the small countries are saying, let's target Sweden. Let's nominate all the Swedish best players, and they could save with their nominations only so much players. So yeah, you need to.
yeah, but you have there's a limit, right? You have to have actually played a match. So that's a
Yeah,
limitation that you have. You can't play all the players, so you have to make a choice. So
definitely.
I think that's possible to do, and I think it would be quite interesting to do.
And another interesting question, will it be possible? Someone always was asking on the forum about loaning player. What about maybe loaning a player from your youth academy? The ability to play a player that is currently in your youth academy for your senior league. If someone got injured, maybe this player, let's say, will or won't get experience from the game. Let's say he won't get the training, he'll just play there as a substitute. Is it something that could be done?
Yeah, of course it could be done.
Okay. What do you
It could
think
be.
about Hattrick International? Because at the beginning it was very interesting. It was the first league opening after a long time. A lot of managers went there, and then because the champion of the Hattrick International is not playing even in the Hattrick Masters, why won't you change it, by the way? People are starting to leave it.
Yeah. No, I actually thought about that today because, of course, it was a special case and it has, special rules and it's special and it should stay that way. But I'm thinking that some people leave it because there's new leagues opening and they want to do the same thing again, starting in a new league, and I understand that. But I think there's something that we could do for the HTI because like there is a freedom in the HTI because it's not in the Masters. We can do things differently in the HTI. It's outside the competition, the team competitions of Hattrick. So we could do something there, and I have an idea for what we can do, but I'm not gonna talk more
Not
about
gonna reveal it just yet.
it. But I would like to keep HDI as a place to try new things out. Let's say,
Yeah,
yeah.
and BRT saying loaning players will be unfair advantage for people with second and third teams. They will pay extra training. Yeah, well, first of all, if loaning will be possible, the loaning from your second and third team to your first team definitely won't be possible as far as I see Hattrick, because you aren't able to buy players from your other teams, so definitely not loaning them. But I agree that loaning could be a problem in Hattrick, and
No, I always, whenever I thought about loaning players, you always run into a lot of problems. So I was never very enthusiastic about loans, to be honest. Um, so I have a hurdle to get over to do that. I'm not that enthusiastic about loans, but like you said, maybe like between your youth academy and the senior team for 1 week or 2 weeks, maybe you could do it if it doesn't give it an advantage, or maybe you could do it, but it's not something that I'm haven't thought about that I have thought about a lot. Sorry.
How do you choose World Cup venues? Well, I can answer this. The way there before there was a competition about it, but right now it's a vote within all the coaches of the national teams and under 20 teams, as far as I remember. So there is a vote, and every time a different venue for the World Cup will be chosen. And missing
Yeah.
merchandise official on your country t-shirts, game, and so on. Johan spoke about this. There was a time when at Hattrick were selling official merchandise, but on the logistic side, unless you're living in Stockholm, and then Johan would knock on your door and saying, "Hey, I brought you the merchandise that you purchased." It's a bit more difficult right now, but maybe in the future.
Mm. No, I think, it's also like this. I'm almost finished with the bottle now, so I'm getting
Yeah,
very
same here.
talkative. But it's not like we stopped selling merchandise when at the time when we had like 600,000 users or something like that. And it was going down all the time. It was going down for a lot of years. And we were always talking about maybe sometime we will be able to stop this decline and we will start growing again. And now we are at that point. The game is growing again, even without marketing and so on. It's growing, so that's really cool. And suddenly it feels much more realistic to sell T-shirts and hoodies and stuff. It doesn't just feel like a sad thing, because actually when we got it back from Satike, we weren't sure if it was gonna survive. So now we feel that it's worth investing, and it was always worth investing. But like in stuff like this, that is not only about money. It's like you have to invest in getting a warehouse and finding designs, and it's not like you don't do it because you gain a lot of money. You
You
do
do it
it
because
because
you
it's
want people to wear this. They are actually
yeah,
proud.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's you don't get repaid in money, but in emotion. And if the game is gonna run into the ground, maybe you don't wanna all that hassle. So we wanted to be sure and really focus on the stuff that we was important at the time. But
GDRM says time to open the next bottle. Yeah, the next
yeah,
stream,
I,
guys.
I
Next
already
stream.
I started with this, which was like a
Yeah,
beer from
you
Hawaii.
showed me the picture.
Yeah, on WhatsApp because of the Paradiso
Mm-hmm.
draw, and yeah.
Very
So
appropriate.
Someone asked, will you have a top goalers call for whole hat-trick, comparing people who scored the most amount of goals? By the way, before I'll let Johan answer it, let me just say one thing to you. The way that the goal scorers is picked in the game is random as well. It's depending
I
on his the
it's
amount
not
of
only
scoring he
random.
has.
It is a little bit weighted on that. I just have to mention here to Fleming, because Fleming is a very big patriot of Portugal,
Okay.
and I live in Portugal, and first he was asking me what is my favorite Portuguese dish, and I didn't answer him, and now he's angry because I'm drinking a Spanish wine.
Oh.
Uh, I can tell you that I only drink Portuguese wine, but this was just something I found from last New Year's, which is a cava. Okay, so I apologize for that.
So, what
Um,
is your favorite Portuguese dish?
yeah, I actually think it's secretos de porco preto, which is
Secrets of
pork,
lamb.
wild pork, black pork, which is very nice. If it's bacalhau, it has to be the bacalhau brush. But another dish I also like is polvo, which is octopus, which is very good here in Portugal. So those three are very good. The food is very good in Portugal.
And HT-Johan, are you going to reconsider the supporter price for poor countries? There is Georgia only official have supporters. Average salary it's quite low. I know it's a question that you're always asked, and on global people are saying lower supporter prices and so on. And obviously, it would be great to lower supporter prices. Do you think
Yeah.
there is a number of active users that Hattrick could hit when you'll start considering this, or is it something you can't answer until we reach this point?
Well, I mean, first of all, we have different prices for poor countries and rich countries. Then we also have campaigns. So if price is really sensitive for you, you can wait until there's a campaign once a year. At least there's probably a campaign with 30% off.
Yeah, by the way, right now, guys,
Um,
there is a campaign with 20% off, plus you're getting 50 credits, and you can use these credits for replays or nicknames or stuff like this. Just to mention, it is the Supporter Week appreciation, and we have this like on the shopper. If you'll go to the Hattrick page, I already showed you this, but it's 20%. It's pretty cool. If you want to buy Hattrick Supporter, it's a good time to do it right now.
yeah. But yeah, it's hard to like lower the prices generally because to get 10 more supporters in Georgia, we might lower the price a lot in countries where people are prepared to pay more. So it's really, really hard. But I hear you. That's all I can say. I would like to find a way to do that, but it's not that easy when you're an online business, and you know, you can just change your. I got contacted by a Taiwanese user who was asking me. I signed up in Taiwan, which has a lower price, but now I live in the US. I want to pay the higher price per
Oh,
supporter,
that's
which is
nice.
also a little, yeah. Um,
Good
um,
night, Bogle. Thank you for joining us.
so, and then I'm gonna ask now. I got the question: is Hattrick your ultimate passion
Oh
in
yeah,
life?
I wanted to ask you this.
Right. Okay. So, um, I have been doing this for 22 years. Maybe let's see, what was 2000 since 90? Yeah, 22 years since 98. Hattrick started in 97, and I came in 98. Um, and a lot of time has passed in 22 years, right? So what's different now is that when I wake up in the morning, my first thought is not on is Hattrick still up? Is the server still running? It was like that for 10 years. But now I'm more like, are my children still alive?
Yeah.
You know, so it's different. And what's so nice about the last 7 years since we got it back from Satica, we made that big mistake of selling it, and then we had the big luck of being able to buy it back. But after that, me and Daniel, we decided that now it has to be run in a way that fits with our lives. Like we are parents, we don't want to work. Like we don't want to sit in meetings with people that have nothing to do with Hattrick, and like you know people from banks or financial sector or advertisers. We don't want to waste time on stuff like that. We just want to have a good life and work with our users. That's all. um, so in one way, my life is much less focused on Hattrick than it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But I think we have a much better balance, like a much healthier balance, and something that is much better for the users as well. Uh, but it's also like because at like during these past 7 years, especially like in after we bought it back, is that we kind of realized that okay, this could go this could disappear. This could fail. Every year is a bonus, and if that happens, I would not feel a failure. If it happens that Hattrick has to close down, I did my best and everything is okay. We did it for 22 years. That's fine. I still have other stuff that is more important in my life, but we would very much like to continue for as long as possible.
Yes.
But it's not gonna be the most important thing in my life. Sure.
Lars said, check my signature. It says, Hattrick is a lifestyle. And we have so many veteran managers in Israel saying, we had this thread on the local forum saying, what's Hattrick for you? And we have a very famous Israeli manager. And he said, he was speaking about how is it to manage a competitive Hattrick team. And he said, managing a competitive Hattrick team is really, really tough, but you feel it only when you fail, because until you are winning, it's all good and you have so much enthusiasm and so much energy, and then bam, one time the match engine will mess you up, and then you feel it. Why do I invest so much time in this? And when I'm taking showers or walks, I'm always thinking about how to improve my team, or I'm thinking about a lot of things. I'm thinking about other games, I'm thinking about chess, I'm thinking about Lana, I'm thinking about work, about my company, but also about did I set up a lineup for my youth team and so on. But so it's very difficult to manage a successful Hattrick team, but you only feel it when you lose. And so many other nice things that people were saying about us. And I told Lena one time, before I met her, it was maybe 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I was driving on a date, and during the date I was checking we didn't have an app then, so I was checking my smartphone for the result of the cup final, and it wasn't even my cup final. It was just a friend's cup final. During the date, I was constantly checking to see if he won or not. So yeah, it's funny. And guys, you could share interesting stories that you had about Hattrick. We had another Israeli manager who did a job interview, and he was during a bid war, pre auto bid time. So during the interview, he made a bid war, and eventually he lost the bid war, and he didn't hire the person.
Yeah, that's good.
Sending HT love this game, Lord Bab. Thank you so much, Lord Bab. It's a blessing that HT-Johan and HT Daniel are so positively involved in Hattrick. It's really appreciated. And Willie, thank you for the emote.
Yeah.
Who's the winner? Well, you have the winners here. You could see them on the screen. We actually had 5 winners. Like me and Lena, we are not the winners. It's only our avatars. But we had a manager from Spain, a manager from Romania, a manager from Italy, a manager a GM, and we'll have to check. We had four winners, and then HT-Johan had a lot of wine, had a great mood, and he donated a 5th prize. So we have 5 winners. HT is part of my life. Thank you, Johan. Yeah, it's something that is like it's not constant gratification. You are not constantly logging in to buy players, to set lineup. You could manage your teams with your life. You're growing and getting older and starting families, and it's just part of your life.
Yeah.
So FC Anape, yeah, he wrote this. Who is the manager from Romania? We'll have to rewind the stream, but you could just check the video again and see. And Petit Poo says Hattrick during a date. Yeah. Well, I never checked anything during a date with Lena. Never.
I'm actually really tempted to go to Romania and see the Transylvanian mountains. So maybe the dream trip will be to Romania. Who knows?
Me and Lena,
Was nice.
yeah, a year and a half ago, we went to Romania and we stayed in a really cool hotel. It was a themed hotel in a Gothic style, and our room theme was called Transylvania. Greetings from very far away here in Peru. Pokebond, thank you so much. I organize friendly cups in Hattrick almost always, and I'm pending of the parties. Hattrick is part of my life. Thank you, Johan. Bit says this, and Fleming says, been there in Transylvania in Romania. It is amazing country. Lena, go to sleep, says
Yeah.
the Bebit.
I'm tired already.
Yeah. Oh, did something close here? Wait a second.
I just stopped my screen share because you're not showing it on your screen.
Okay. So I'll just
Need to edit again.
yeah. I'll wait a second. I'll add your picture.
Okay.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, it is loud. It is loud. Okay, we have you on here. And wait. Yeah, I'm
Sugar
trying.
in the morning needs a girlfriend. We need to find a girlfriend for Sugar in the morning.
Oh, by the way, Sugar in the morning, he's a crazy Norwegian guy, and he was streaming Hattrick a little bit as well, and you could check his Twitch channel, and he's streaming a lot of different things, and yeah, nice to have you here, Sugar. Everyone's back awake. I'm not sure, like Lena and our little sneaky cat, they are like done. Johan, any plans of making Youth Academy more interesting or more challenging? Well, Youth Academy is interesting, in my opinion, in the way of you trying to reveal and better your players. But there is no competitive side. The leagues, the data is not stored. There aren't championship. You're getting nothing there. I don't know. Do you think maybe to change something about this?
Yeah, it's actually something that I was collecting some ideas about that today. Maybe that is something that we could look at in the next year or so. That I mean the youth league system doesn't work that well. It's quite complicated to find a league, a series for your youth team, and then it has absolutely no point, like competitively once you're in there. So I think there's like an opportunity to reduce complexity, but also add some fun. Like add some more meaning to youth teams. But it's also something that is very, very early in the thinking process. So I don't want to get your hopes up. But I now that like the smoke is clearing from the national teams and we know what's gonna happen, and we can like leave that to the developers to fix to program, and we can start thinking about new things to design. That's one of the areas that I'm interested in fixing, improving. Yeah, because it feels like the youth, especially the youth series, it doesn't feel that it's really worked through. It's very complex, and in the end, it's totally pointless. So something could probably be improved there, I think. what I like about the youth academies is the popping of skills, the revealing
Yeah.
of skills. I think everyone feels the same way, but the actual matches are not important. So we could do something there for sure.
Yeah, that would be good. And wait a second. Anti-bug concerning. Okay. So I think it's a technical question, Cisco, about the fog of war concerning the under 20 teams right now. Um, are you aware of this? There is a sometimes there is a possibility because of fog of, like, in spite of fog of war, to know the players on a opposite national team. And Deltanas says, thank you, Johan and Mish. Any changes for something like Champions League and Europe League? Well, basically, no, we have a lot of competitions right now and a lot of events, but thanks. So, yeah, about national teams, do you know about the fog of war problem, or it's something for the NTAs and GMs?
So what is the problem again with the fog of war?
Well, during the later stages of the World Cup,
Yeah.
we know the injuries and cards on match page during fog of war and average
Okay.
TSI and so on. So this way you are able to deduct if a player, let's say, your opponent, you know that one of his players has a red card, and then you are checking the players who were playing constantly or in the right age, and you are able to deduce who are the players on the team. HT
Sounds
is
like
aware.
something that we
Okay.
need
And
to.
GM Shamil says HT is aware, in his
Yeah.
opinion.
Okay. It probably Tassos is aware, and I'm not so aware. But it feels like something that I think there will be like an intermediate release for the NTs um, between now and January, with some fixes that we know we should do before the big release. So if this is a known problem, I think we probably will fix it.
Do you have a vision for the 25th anniversary of Hattrick?
Yeah, well, there is someone here that has been asking that
Yeah.
for like 20 times.
Yeah.
Elgate.
You wanted to wait for the 25th time before you answer?
I'm not sure if this is the same guy that I was actually talking about, because I was talking about this with the Catalonian guy on email, not that long ago, and this sounds like a Catalonian guy. Anyway, I always dreamt about doing a Hattrick book, and I decided to do one for the 10th anniversary, and we produced maybe 1/3 of the material for that book. But then I had some kind of breakdown or burnout. That year was very tough for me, so I wasn't able to finish it. Um, but I'm kind of thinking now that maybe the 25th anniversary we should have that done. So I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, but we still have almost we have 2.5 years, right, until that happens. So maybe that should be possible to fix, and by then we have a pretty good story, I think. So yeah, I'm positive
That
to
sounds
do a
really
book.
good. How are you doing? Are you tired? Oh.
I'm a little tired, but I'm having fun. But I have to admit that I'm probably drunk because I have finished the bottle now.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's impressive. So,
And I didn't have dinner yet, so
what's the time in Portugal right now? It's 10 or
10 o'clock.
20?
Yeah. Yeah.
For us, it's 20 minutes past midnight. But I'm always a night owl, and Lena, I don't know how she's still up, but
Yeah.
probably it's the atmosphere and
Being kicked
you
hard, so
okay. So our we have our sneaky cat keeping Lena alive and
Yeah.
keeping
alive.
awake.
I'm
I'm
getting
not sure
complaints.
about alive.
I'm getting complaints that I'm looking drunk. Uh, so I'm sorry about that.
No, who said that? As long as it's not your daughter or your wife.
I, it was Sugar in the morning, the guy that is looking for a girlfriend. Let's see.
Oh, so by the way,
Um,
guys, you are welcome to write what's the time for you right now in the world. DNBRT says it's 11:20. GDRM says it's 20 minutes past midnight for us. Sugar in Norway it's 11:20. Fleming, what's your opinion on strongest and weakest aspects in characteristics characteristics of Hattrick? Oh, the characteristics of Hattrick. Uh, so, Johan, do you think Hattrick has weaknesses as a game?
yeah, I mean, is it my place to say? Of course it does. Of course, I mean, it's not a very realistic football simulation, if we're honest,
Yeah.
right? Um, but I think if you play it, you play it. Not because it's a realistic
Yeah,
football
not
simulation.
because it's only football, but I think
It's
you
more statistics.
mm-hmm.
It's more statistics. It's more mathematics than it is football in that sense. But I mean, when I play football, I try to play Football Manager like every 2-3 years. I install it and I start playing it, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be fun to play a really realistic Football Manager. And it's so much work. I mean, you're just sitting there and you have to decide everything, and you have to understand every setting and everything, and for me personally, it's not very much fun, you know. So um, I don't know. I mean, it's just like we have, you know, we have the niche that we have, and it's a game of you know, building and training players, building teams, and building squads and training players, and deciding on like long-term tactics for your team and so on. It's maybe not so super realistic in terms of exactly what happens on the field minute by minute, but that's another kind of game. So yeah, and so that would be a weakness, I guess, in Hattrick, but also a strength.
By the way, Kfir Ben, he's the coach that brought Israel the silver medal, says it's great to see your faces. And Rosalina said, Johan, if you need an interesting story about a youth league, so he and his friends already played 50 seasons with his youth league. I think, let me check, I think we have something similar going on in one of the Israeli forums. Wait a
Oh,
second.
that's nice. That would be nice to mention in the book, for
Yeah.
sure.
So, oh
Any
yeah,
kind of like you know, bigger than life story, like or like
yeah.
extreme story around something in Hattrick is fun.
So we have
Uh,
a youth league running for 102 seasons right now
mm,
in the Israeli community. But Rosalina, 50 seasons, it's massive, and the fact that you are playing with your friends, it's amazing. Johan, aside from the Zatika episode, what was, in your opinion, the saddest moment of Hattrick history and the happiest? Before Johan, like while Johan thinking about this, I just have to mention he spoke about Hattrick weaknesses and about the Hattrick like manager games. I know I never played other online management games apart of Hattrick. I know that there were several, and I think there might be several as well, but some of them died out. and
Yeah.
Hattrick hasn't. And I think it's mainly due to the managers who play it and the people who like the forum life and the way that you are like getting connected with people, and like you meet new friends.
Mhm. Well, I mean, I never want to take any credit for the community, because it's not, I can't say that Hattrick is so great. Well, I can say that Hattrick is great because of the community, but it's not something that I can take credit for, because it's like a spontaneous thing that it was always like that. That we couldn't understand why there was such a strong community around Hattrick in 1998. It was just a really really simple game, you know, based on FileMaker back then on a Mac server somewhere, and people were just going crazy over it. So, but we always carried with us like a wish to cultivate that. But I never felt that it was because of me or because something we did. But I agree with you. It's really important, and now I think something that I've started to realize in the last months is that Hattrick might be growing now because all the other browser games are dead. There's no more competition in this niche. So if you want to play football manager games, you play Hattrick or you play Football Manager, which is a totally different kind of game. It's super dense, super 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 immersive, and you don't play against other people.
Yeah.
So if you just like wanna like a casual game that you can keep with you throughout your life and build and keep in touch with your friends, there's not that much alternatives really, which is great for us. But at the same time, all the other browser games that try to do the same thing are pretty much gone today. So
Thanks, Big
uh,
Dima. Those loud. Sorry about that.
yeah.
That's
Uh,
what keeps us awake. That's what keeps us awake.
yeah. But I don't know if that answered your question because I'm not that sharp right now.
I think we answered most of them.
Yeah.
But I think the most important thing people here are, Johan, they love the fact that you came, and I would definitely love to have you again. Overall, it was such a great experience. We had over 700 viewers for the most part of the draw, and more than 150 are staying with us for. I thought we'll be done with the questions about the competition like 10-15 minutes after the draw. Guys, you're amazing. This is what our community is all about. It's about an hour and a half after we finished the live draw, like everyone who wanted just to see if they won or not and went to their weekend routine, they did it. And still, so many managers are still here live with us, speaking about Hattrick, answering questions, and Johan is here answering them. Uh, we should march on the fact that Hattrick is not a pay to win game. Yeah, it's not a pay to win game. It's a very important. Long live Hattrick, says Shamil. Definitely. And Lord Bab, great job tonight, everyone. Yeah, it was wonderful, amazing. Guys, I would definitely want to do such things again in the future. And I think towards the end of June, at least, it will be a great opportunity to do this again during the national team stream, and then in the halftime to do the live draw. And then if Jon will want to stay more with us, I would be honored. Victory Caddy, thank you so much for the follow. Jon, I really enjoyed it. It was It was wonderful.
Hmm.
I did not know what to expect, and with our community and with the draw and with you. Again, I want to apologize for the loud notification noises. Maybe it was just a matter of restarting the stream, and maybe next stream it will be much smoother, and hopefully. Gary, thank you so much for joining the stream and following. You are all amazing. By the way, tomorrow morning we have the Israeli league, and it's a regular stream. I always stream it on Hebrew, but whoever comes and speaks English, I would switch and talk with you guys. It will be tomorrow morning during the matches. Sohaj, amazing stream. Thanks, Uncle Mish. Greetings, Sohaj. I'm so happy that you went to the World Cup. He's the coach of Slovakia, and he really struggled. We spoke about this controversy with sometimes people trying to rig elections, and he was on the opposite side, someone really suffering from all this, and still he got the promotion. I'm so happy for you. The annoying sounds ain't nothing compared to this Friday night show. Thank you so much, GD. Like, you are the best. Thank you so much. Johan, thank you for Hattrick, says X Tommy.
And thank you for the additional prize everyone is
Uh,
saying.
and thank you for staying awake all this time.
Yeah, well,
Most of the time.
yeah, I want to really thank Lena. You were amazing, helping with all the technical difficulties, and throughout the whole days, they setting everything up. I'm so grateful to have such a wonderful and supporting wife, and she plays Hattrick as well, which is which is amazing. I'm gonna lose to her tomorrow with my first team, but
It was quite funny because I was having HT Daniel on Slack while all this was happening, and like there was first you took me on and we talked a little bit, and then there was 40 minutes when I was not online, and like all those 40 minutes people were complaining about the notification noise. That was all that anyone was talking about.
Yep.
oh,
And I tried to help you through WhatsApp, and
Yes, I saw.
and me and Daniel was talking like, this is just like Hattrick in 2004, that people are very enthusiastic, but like we're like constantly with problems of performance, and we can't figure stuff out while that more and more people are coming online all the time, and we try to fix things, but you can't do it when everyone is trying to get access.
yeah.
So it was quite funny. It's not easy to solve things on because we did a test run, right?
Yeah.
Just the two of us 2 hours before, and everything worked perfectly.
Yeah.
But then you get users, and you get 500 users, 700 users, and stuff start happening that you don't predict. And it's exactly like Hattrick.
Yeah,
So
but it's part of the experience, and
This what made it fun for me.
yeah, I think that's
and
the part
then
about
you have like you have a certain percentage that are like, oh, this is crap, I'm gonna log off now, and this is so bad, I can't believe that you're doing this, you don't understand anything, and then they disappear. And then there's some people that say, they're doing their best, let's just give them some time and we'll fix it. And that's also it's very, very typical
yeah, to Hattrick users, because whoever wants just constant gratification, hey, I wanna watch a perfect stream, and I expect you to do it your whole life, and then that's our community, our people, like saying, cool, this is something about Hattrick. This is a giveaway, and whoa, a new World Cup format. Let's talk about this. And will they mention my team? Will they speak about something else? You could mute the browser.
like,
But now I know a lot of things. But yeah, you are right. You are right. Like, maybe it was just a matter of restarting the stream. Hopefully by next time it will go smoother.
better for
Ye-
next time.
but
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. I enjoyed it so
that's always
much.
like that, you know. It's always gonna be better next time.
Yeah.
But some people prefer to complain, and some people prefer to be supportive, and that's just the way it is with people. So we love you all.
Yeah, cool.
But
Again, Johan, thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much.
I really wanna wish you and all the amazing managers here on stream a great night. We are kicking off the new season this weekend. For Israel, it will be the first round of the league tomorrow morning, and for other teams, maybe it's starting a little bit earlier, a little bit later during the Saturday or Sunday. So I want to wish everyone a great evening. As I always say, Hattrick, it's more than a game, it's a community, and it was a pleasure having you all here, and especially you, Johan. It was a blast, and I'm looking forward to do it more in the future. Good night from everyone. Yeah, guys, you're
Thank you.
amazing. You are amazing. I think that's it. Johan, again, thank you so much.
thanks a lot. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go have dinner now.
Yeah, it's a good time. And I think I'll just take another shower and go to sleep.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Bye bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Okay, and again, guys, we want to thank HT-Johan for joining us and for making this great giveaway and for giving away another ticket to paradise and for answering all those questions for I think it was 2 hours. Again, thank you so much for the follows and for the cheers and for everything. It was a pleasure, HT-Johan, Lena, and Uncle Mish. Baltic Typhoon, thank you so much. And I love the name Baltic Typhoon because I was born in Lithuania as well. Guys, that's it. It was amazing. You are welcome to come tomorrow morning and visit my next streams and check out my YouTube channel. But more importantly, just remember that Hattrick, it's more than a game, it's a community. Next Friday, probably, it will be the only off Friday without a stream because we don't have a competition for the national teams. We didn't have a competition today, but we have this great, Hattrick evening. And me and Lena maybe will go out for a dinner next Friday. We'll see. But in 2 weeks we are back on to stream on Fridays with the start of the under 20 qualification. Be there, check the Toto bet, and good night, everyone. Thank you so much. David is saying, "Whoa, Lena is awake." Yeah.
And alive.
I don't believe that you're still. And Delta Night, good night, thanks Lena and Mish, and always amazing, yes. Have you already made account for your baby in HT? Well, not yet, but Johan said that he might give us a permission to register an account before the permitted age to get a team in Hattrick. We'll see. Good night, thank you so much. Samsombe, thank you so much. Baby avatars, yeah, that would be amazing.
Okay.
The hardcore of the fans are here. Ben, thank you so much. La Alpa, good night, guys. It was a blast, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye bye, everyone.